Hello everyone, welcome to the Lost Upper Tavern. I am your host, Nitsify. Welcome to the Rum and Harbor campaign. In case you don't know what the Rum and Harbor campaign is, it's a heavily homebrewed D&D campaign around a bunch of pirates doing a bunch of stupid things and fun little things, the normal D&D shenanigans. I say normal like as if this campaign's is normal. Nothing about this is normal. But they're currently on their way to liberating a current island that might be tied to a certain character's backstory. But we're going to get into that because we have a few players on our hands today. We have, sitting behind the counter, Tucked Away, who's not scrolling their mouse aggressively. That is funny. How loud is that mouth? That is insane. I love that though. That's funny.
Going crazy with it, you know what I'm saying?
She's crazy with it. You know what? We're going to do you first now because of that. We have Issa, who's in the front of the counter.
What's up?
She plays Ublex. She may have been missing for 2 weeks, but it's okay. She had MIA because she was out in like some random war. So you know how that is.
Yeah, I was like dying or some shit. It's all good now.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Luckily for her, there was a few medics there, but it works out. You got a fun fact for us today, or are you just mad chilling today?
I'm not chilling today.
Okay. I get it.
I can't think of anything fun. I couldn't. I was like, man, what's fun?
What's fun?
Shit.
What's fun?
What's fun about a slime?
You know what? What's Ublex's favorite color? There you go. Oh god. Either way.
Green.
Oh, okay.
Green is Ublex's favorite color.
You know what? Fair enough. That's not a bad color.
Color. It's a good color.
Speaking of gremlins that cackle in the background, we have a person tucked away near a burning mouse. We have Shadowcat Anya, also known as Lindry, because she plays Lindry. Also known as Kirla.
Hi.
Yeah. You got anything?
I'm actively looking through things because I have a devious plan.
Oh boy.
You better not ruin my proposal, god damn it.
No. Steve will.
I wouldn't dare.
Speaking of things that would ruin your reception, we have Acrid, who plays Loki. No, he probably wouldn't, but we have a boy.
Well, if anyone's going to, it's the guy who can accidentally start a riot, so,
it just probably wouldn't be on purpose, if anything.
No, it literally just like a fucking whoops.
Oh, man. That would check. And lastly, we have... sitting in the box filled with tea, we have Reed, also known as Frog in a Box, who plays Usagi.
Hello.
Now.
What?
Oh, you got a fun fact?
My fun fact is that Usagi's favorite color used to be blue, but now it's a tie between black and brown.
You know what? That's fair.
Yes.
And I think I know why.
No, you get no points for guessing why.
Yeah. I mean, I think just a small idea. I think I might know why.
You get no points for guessing that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I'm still in debt when it comes to the point system. I'm pretty sure I have like negative 45 Usagi points, so it's gonna be a bit. But just a quick little recap for people, because also one of our players has been missing and been a little MIA, so this also gets them caught up a little bit, and it might refresh people who may have forgotten what happened, because I have a horrible memory, and some of y'all do too. So, 2 weeks ago, in that session, in the Fae Circus, the team squared off against Fae, who is, an ex-warlord for the Navy. As the second phase kicked into place, roots shot out of the ground from every which way, which basically massive, colossal-sized roots that basically struck at everything that moved and breathed, basically striking the platform that Usagi was on, making him fall down to the ground, hitting his head, making him go unconscious since he was also missing that day, and he was dragged away by a corpse. That was basically reawakened and under the control of Leo. Leo was heavily injured at one point in the fight. Shin went down at one point in the fight. Sangra Bell went down at one point in the fight. And Jelefle never got hit. Ublex basically got trapped underneath a giant tree root that came slamming down on them, knocking them unconscious in the process. Luckily, Shin did eventually manage to regain consciousness thanks to the help of Loki and escorted her out while Jelefle got Sangrabel out, and they did later end up joining the crew. So you now have a jester and a showman working for the pirate crew. But you did manage to defeat defeat Faye in the Faye, haha, big funny. And then when you got back to the boat, you realized, oh, the boat was under attack by admirals, and the boat actually managed to defeat the admirals, where Loki decided to kill one of the admirals, sacrifice him to the blood goddess Yanessa, and she said she might be sending him back to you guys under a more tight leash and under her control to work for you guys, so you might have an admiral at your disposal. And against his will,
No, ain't that nice?
Yeah. And you got a bunch of information from the other admiral who is kind of indifferent and not really too crazy about the Navy's doing with to begin with. So it kind of works out in your favor. You also got information that General Zildov might be the only general that actually probably be willing to listen and maybe even help your group, because they're actually pretty reasonable, which is known to be the strategist general. So it kind of makes sense that the one that would probably be the most willing to listen would be the one that actually has some intelligence and some sense of morality. Ignore the fact that they're a hemomancer, you don't need to remember that bit. That's definitely not morally questionable. Shut up. It's not. Don't worry about it. Speaking of things that happened, you guys began to sail away after dealing with those horrible problems. And as you were on your way to the Crux Dynasty, your group got attacked by the man himself. A man who went from Grunt the Vice Admiral all out of spite of Usagi. Because way back on an island that you guys were trying to escape while it's being blown to pieces by the Navy, he decided to duck onto him and hit him in the balls. He did remember that. It was a human. It was mentioned that he made several deals with devils and other sorts of deities that weren't exactly the best of people, just so he could find you after you died, and just so he'd be able to recognize you when he found you because you had died and been brought back to life. That's how he was able to track you. It was also mentioned that you found out from him that Gal, when you rolled that Nat 1 during with those two strippers, they put a tracker on you. That was what that Nat 1 intended to do. Which is why he was able to track you most of the time. Now,
so concerned it was an STD.
Nah, I chose to go down a different route, man. And the thing was, and this just so Issa can get a full understanding of how bad this fight went. He immediately, on the beginning of his turn, one-tapped and knocked out Usagi using one of his Nat 1s from the Gambler's Debt.
Man! Why is Usagi always catching strays, bro? I swear.
Yeah. I finally decided to use Gambler's Debt. He has 3 of those. He now has 2 of them, but he had 3 of them. I finally decided to use one. I hadn't used one throughout the entire campaign, and I finally used one.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fitting. Loki also had his one Gambler Debt used against him as he immediately got sent off the boat and began to sink. Luckily for him, Glacia, the one sorceress, because the other two, the rest of the party had to deal with the 2 other fleet ships that he brought with him. So the majority of the crew had to go into the 2 other boats and basically attack the people on those boats, otherwise they would have sunk your boat. So the only actual crew member besides the main player characters was the pets and Glacia, who is your sorceress who is trying to drive the ship to keep it going. Essentially, it went that she basically kicked Lindry, doing a drop kick off the boat so she would be safe, and also so she could try and pull the sinking Loki up because he can't swim because of the fruit. So she was trying to pull up the 600-pound Demigorgon by herself while he was about to start drowning pretty soon. Meanwhile, Glacia immediately got one-tapped off the background, and then when they got back up onto deck with the help of a Revolutionary Army person that infiltrated the Navy and helped them get you up, as well as the help of the Water Elemental, you found out that Glacia was immediately knocked out and he was starting to make his way down to the lower deck, where he would have probably killed Miko, because Miko was the next in line, who was the closest to the staircase. And rest in peace, the bird of Usagi, because that thing ate one of the swings on Usagi when he was down. It literally got insta-tapped, so the bird is dead, but it literally kept him from just going out of his way to actually kill Usagi. So he would have just gone out of his way to actually make him fail all of his death saves, but because of the bird getting in the way, he decided to give you a chance. But it does mean that your bird is dead. That is where we ended off, as you guys did manage to, eventually with the help of Asta, jumping onto the ship and using banishment on him, managed to pull the ship away with everybody getting back onto the boat with like 2 HP, with most people in a dream. You managed to finally escape the area. When he came back into the area, because banishment only lasts for a minute, and when he came back into the mortal plane, he basically fell into the water and drowned to death because of the heavy, heavy armor that he had on. And that's where we ended off. So now we get to go into the actual session for today. That is a bit of a recap, but oh boy, there was a lot that happened and it needed to be said. Yeah. So we're actually going to pick it up with Ublex, because Ublex, you've been out for a bit. So the last thing you remember seeing is you could see the walls that like went around Lindry, blocking Lindry from your sight. You couldn't really see her that well anymore. You could see Sangra Bell actively getting ready to fight. Like Sangra Bell, you could see Shin, you could likely see Loki swing at somebody. But that person was out of view, aka it was Faye. You knew about that much, but the wall was kind of in your way with that perspective, if I remember correctly. And then next thing you remember is you hear like the cheering because everybody thought she went down, and then you remember like the ground began to shake, roots began to pop out, and then you basically just went blackout because you never saw the root because it kind of came from the side, so you didn't really get to see it, but. You basically just remembered nothing after, like, that cheering, because that root just came straight down on you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It straight up just knocked you the hell out.
It's a bit traumatizing, no?
Yeah. So you would wake up, and Shin is actively just, like, in the corner, just standing there.
Keep the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, there's him just standing there, and you can see that Pike's kind of like near your bed, just kind of like checking, just checking on you. Like, all right, is she still good? She's still alive? Are we dealing with a coma? Don't let it be a coma, please.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where you're waking. That's where you're open your eyes. So you'd realize you've been out for like 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I missed out on so much.
Also be there trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, you guys are not dead. Just like look around. Slightly groggy. Look a bit up. Look at Shin. Look at Pike.
Oh, you're up. That's good.
Everyone.
How are you feeling?
My head's a little dizzy. I think I need ibuprofen.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
I just make up a word.
Dude,
Ibuprofen doesn't exist.
He looks at you. You see Pike just kind of bring up that, like, yeah, definitely not concussed. He kind of just brings up that eyebrow of, like, a what?
I don't know what I just said.
Right, okay, well, Lee's, no, that's very you. That is very you, okay. Well, it's not out of character, so it's not like you've got amnesia again. You're lucky they didn't respark any more amnesia.
Oh my god. I don't want any more amnesia.
You don't need that. Right. How many fingers am I holding up? And he's just gonna kind of bring up 7 fingers with his 2 hands.
12 billion.
He's gonna squint.
I feel like that's not an adequate question to ask her.
You definitely have 7 fingers. I'm joking.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope you don't have 12
That's
billion
some
fingers.
Wicked double vision.
That's like quintuple vision, bro.
A billion fingers. When someone holds up 7.
Yeah, he will do like a proper actual check like later on. He's gonna let you get your boundaries a bit more before, he starts doing a proper checkup. He probably will kick people out of the room to actually do that, so if you want to say anything to Ublex before he goes to an actual checkup to make sure she doesn't have an actual concussion,
Lux goes through physical therapy.
Yeah, dude.
Might have to. This shit. I mean, bro's a slime.
Dude, the new
They gotta-
art.
they gotta
Pike
get
is
that.
writing the book.
You don't have a
Pike
brain.
is writing the book
Yep.
on anatomy about plant
Yeah.
bodies.
I'm gonna be real. Like him having to actually do like medicinal checks on Ublex is probably the weirdest one for him, because there's no books that he can read up on anatomy wise for slime people, unlike every other race. Because it's been mentioned before, but he has a book on every anatomy type for every type of race y'all have on this boat, and every single type of race that y'all have befriended. So it's that thing, like, he's having to sit here, he actually is going to have to guess on how to actually do medicinal checks when it comes to Ublex, because there's no organs, there's no brain, there's none of that. So it's kind of a weird thing, like, he has to more look into the core and go, like, alright, is the core damaged? Hope the core's not damaged. That's not, like, something I'm used to working or fixing.
Don't touch my core.
Where would the core even be?
The core is typically like floating around in the middle of the body.
Yeah.
That's why all the basically the acid acts as a protective layer. So rather than having a skeletal frame to protect the brain, you have just straight up just all that acid and water, basically just as a protective barrier. So
Don't touch my core.
cores aren't big. They're typically the size of like a small shard. Like they're not big.
Like I was thinking of like a marble, a shard.
Yeah,
That's tiny.
Yeah, it's like a shard. Whereas it also counts what it is, because like for a plasmoid, it's more like a shard. If you're dealing with like a golem or like an elemental, it's more like an orb almost. Golems have more of an orb. Elementals is more like it's like a marble, like in that case, because elementals aren't as big. So the bigger creatures that actually have a core rather than having organs, the bigger they are, they require bigger forms of cores. So, but yeah, there's some, I guess, some fun like actual like information on that sort of stuff.
Holy moly.
Hell yeah, holy moly. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, Shen's, you can, like, again, he doesn't speak much, but, like, it is that, like, you can definitely see that form of relief on his face at the very least. Like, oh, you're actually okay, thank God.
Nice.
So,
Men.
yeah. I'll be straight up. Like, y'all are on the final day of travel to get to the Crux Dynasty, from my understanding, if I remember correctly. So, unless there's anything y'all plan to do within this day, we will jump to y'all actually getting to the Crux Dynasty. But it's really just up to what you want to do.
Time to burn down a kingdom.
Woo, we love kingdoms.
Well,
I'll be honest, Kirla, upon finding out that Ublex is conscious again, would just be like, I'm gonna leave you two alone.
I am going to.
You're going to.
I think I'm gonna figure out that Kira like just gaslit the thing out of me. I need to ask her a few things.
That requires intelligence
Oh, fuck.
and cognition and understanding. But also, Kirla would be in her quarters working on something. Nits, I sent you a DM about it.
Alright, let me see. Let me see what you got.
Ooh.
Wait, do I have to make like a roll or something to figure out if Kirla knows?
I mean, I'll be honest, because of how well she gaslit you, normally with something like this, I'd literally just say, unless she tells you, you probably just wouldn't know. Like,
Okay,
if I'm being honest. Normally when it comes to players deceiving other players, I normally just say that you would not know, unless, like, they tell you otherwise. Or unless there's, like, actual evidence that would lead to you understanding that. Because just rolling an insight check, in the long scheme of things, wouldn't make much sense. So, it's also to keep players from, like, possibly metagaming and things like that, so. Because I've had to deal with that sort of stuff in the past, so. That's kind of just me being like, this is how I normally do that.
Holy moly.
Not to mention, it's
Holy
entirely out of character for Kirla to gaslight like that.
Yeah.
But she
Why would
wanted to know
Kirla
what was
gaslight?
going on.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. I also, yes, Anya sent me the dresses and stuff that she's been doing for certain people.
Oh, boy.
Those definitely fit. To
Oh,
answer
shit.
about that.
Shit. Is this what I think it is? Oh my god.
Who knows?
I'm worried.
I know we talked.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that, but I'm just convinced.
Who knows? Who knows?
dear.
That is a crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna read that out loud.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, so yeah.
Actual thing.
Yeah, I will say this, like, it's that weird thing. Oh yeah, there was one thing I forgot to mention in the recap, by the way. Kirilla got approached by a god during the middle of the phase 2 fight. By a goddess, or like, a nymph attempting to get to the strength of a goddess. So her one request was that y'all kill the Navy's owner. In return, she would help you guys in the fight, because she saw a future where the whole crew would be basically murdered outright. She was correct, because because literally the next attack that she did on her turn, on Faye's turn, would have killed Loki. And then the next hit, that would have hit Kirilla also would have killed Kirilla, if I remember right too. So
Yep.
yeah, no, it was actually going, like, weirdly enough, like, it's kind of like a gamble for me as a DM to be like, yeah, I see a future where you die type of thing in this fight. But, like, no, that was actually, like, weirdly prophetic. But they made a deal. That's why you guys were able to get the extra free level up. That got you guys from level 9, got you to level 9, and then eventually to level 10 within such a short span of time. But, yeah, you guys made a deal with Micaiah, so there is that. Yeah, okay, anyways, yeah, getting back on track. Unless there's anything actually crazy, we're gonna hop over to y'all actually trying to get to the Crux Dynasty. There was mentionings of letters. You guys know that you'll be meeting up, hopefully, with Nekomata's crew.
Yes.
Yeah, over here. So there is that hope to hopefully meet up with them.
Oh,
and
maybe
get
I
some help.
Oh, should I ask her? Oh, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Oh, no.
I mean, they sent you a help. If you're thinking about about like the actual dealing with the dynasty, they did actively send like the letters.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
No, that's
He's
not what I'm
thinking of the proposal thing.
That's
Yes.
fair. I mean, she has actively sent you a letter at one point, if I remember correctly, where she was actively like saying she was happy for you because she knew good and well that her relationship with you, she wasn't really able to provide you with much, actual like relationship like back to you. She's very well aware of that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so I mean, like, she seemed pretty chill with it, dude, so if that's a concern, it won't be. But yeah. You guys can start making your way over to the Dynasty. Yippee! By the way, you're in the face, so everybody gets to roll me that D100, baby.
God
Oh,
damn.
fucking hell.
Odd.
Alright, I better get one that, like, I better
Got
get one
60.
that, like, doubles the size of some random body part.
That'd be
It's
funny.
an 11.
34.
I might draw Oobleck's new
34,
clothes
okay.
right now.
Okay, so...
Wait, you got a 34? Are you... What?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. Every time you look in the mirror, Ooblex, you see someone else instead of yourself.
What?
You never see yourself when you look into the mirror.
That's not so bad.
Oh my.
So every time you have a mirror in your room, if I remember correctly. So like
Yes.
yeah. So when you look at the mirror, you just see you know what? I'll do a funny. Let's see who you you see Kikus like in the mirror, like she's like actively brushing her hair out, like humming.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Like
you see
some demented scribe.
yeah.
Here,
I
let's
looked
roll
at
the 34.
You got 34. Now, I am going to say, for anybody that if you roll the same, because Usagi said a funny thing, if you roll the same, you're just going to get the enlarged thing onto, like, one body part, like what he was saying. Because that's a funny idea, sure. So if you get, like, the duplicate that you guys have already gotten before, that's what you're going to get. 34, you teleporting to the blood wall. So you're in Yanessa's domain. We're going to get back to
Wait,
you.
what?
What?
We'll get back to
Fuck.
you. What did you
Oh,
get,
no.
Usagi?
I got an 11.
You got an 11. All right. Okay, so you see. Oh.
What the fuck do I
Top
do?
10
No,
things you want to
wait,
hear from a
no.
DM.
No, wait, no, you guys have gotten this
Absolutely
before.
not.
You've gotten this one before. It's a duplicate. This is a duplicate.
What?
We've gotten this one before. So it would be you see everything upside down, giving you disadvantage on perception, investigation, dex checks, dex saves, and your 2 hits. Luckily, you guys have gotten that before. So I'm gonna roll which body part's gonna be enlarged for like this session, essentially.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So-
come on! Give me the important one, please!
So,
Foot.
Bobblehead.
So, okay,
Bobblehead.
I actually have a chart.
Come
for
on!
this. This is just an offside thing. I have a chart on something I've been working on for a special thing.
you
That
fucking serious?
literally
Okay.
is for this that I can use. For
All right,
this.
come on.
So
There better be an option for what I'm
That's-
thinking of.
Okay. So let me
Boy,
see. Let me
boy.
see. There's
Come on.
tail, calf, thigh, glute, hip,
Eh?
chest, stomach, arm, neck, lip, ear, hair, eyes, head. So that's
Dude, you
1,
can-
2,
Oh, I
3,
know what chart
4,
he's using.
5,
Oh, fuck.
6,
You
Wait,
could look
there's
like
none-
Popeye.
8,
Wait, what? There's none for the. Oh,
9,
man.
10,
Then put
11,
it back in.
12,
Can't.
13. That's
Can't-
13.
can't-
So I'm gonna roll.
Can't have shit in the Crux Dynasty. What do I need
Wait.
to roll?
Which one are you trying to get?
I was hoping for something else, but it's not here.
Oh, I think I know what you're going for. No, in your mind.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I think I know. Okay, so let's see. The closest I can get to a D13. You know what? I'm gonna remove one of them. I'll remove the chest. We'll remove the chest out of the rolls here.
Yeah, I don't need a bigger chest already. Look at me.
Yeah. No. Okay. So that's it.
Or you can
Okay.
remove the lips. You can remove the lips.
Yeah. I did that too. Okay.
I don't have those
So-
either.
I mean, you just give me some. That's what I would do.
Oh,
Okay,
oh!
So that's funny. Okay, so what's going to be happening here, Chief, right? I want you to understand this. For the rest of this session, you are going to have, like, your calves are just, like, weirdly swollen.
Nah.
So, for this time, while your
Again?
calves are, like, weirdly swollen, your calves, specifically your calves, you have a boosted dash speed of 5, but you have a
Well, that's
-1
convenient.
to your athletics.
I
Okay.
know what shirt you're using.
Mhm.
I do too.
Fucker.
Mhm. It's
What
a sheet
shirt?
that he's gonna be using against me in a future campaign, and it's not
I
gonna
know
be a fun
exactly
one
what
for
chart
me.
it is. I've helped with this chart.
Oh yeah.
Also, because of this chart being made, it will be available for me to use against anyone if a certain character gets annoyed enough.
Yep.
Oh,
not gonna
Christ.
say who because I don't want to stop metagaming from happening. So.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hope that doesn't include me.
Yeah, I will put this out there straight away though, Reed. Like, it's the thing of like, oh, I feel like I can move a little bit faster. But, like, your cows feel like they have weights on them. Like, it feels weighted. So, that's the best way to
Right.
put that. So,
Great,
they're
so
slower,
I'm
they're
even-
weighted, but they're
Great.
a little bit
So
faster.
I'm even more dummy thick than usual. Excellent.
I mean, specifically just your calves. Like, it's nothing, it's just your calves.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Well,
You
Right.
have the densest calves in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Lovely. Oh, lovely.
Oh, man. Next up, Acrid, what do you have?
14.
14. You gain a crippling addiction to pop shrooms.
What the fuck did you get?
Yes,
You gain a crippling addiction to what now?
Crippling addiction to pop shrooms.
What's a pop shroom? I think you said
It's
pop
just a
shroom.
shroom that goes pop. It doesn't do shit. It's
so
just
so think of like nerds. You know the candy nerds, like the pop rock nerds.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, it's like those.
Oh,
like
you're-
you bite into it, they just pop in your mouth. Y'all don't have any of those, so like you're just suffering through this like craving, addiction of
Low-key.
pop shrooms.
Dude, Loki. Oh God, this weirdly enough, because of Loki and his rampant addictions, that might not leave. Like,
no.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's a shot that doesn't leave because he already has enough addictions. His brain might just go, well, this is canon now.
Well, you know what? We're about to find out if it's gonna be canon. Roll me a d20.
I don't want to.
Oh god. Oh, the pain in your voice.
You're the one who brought it up. I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
Don't wanna.
Let's see what you get, man.
Oh boy.
What'd you roll? Let me see what you rolled.
I think it's bad by the sound of it.
Dude, I just the hearing Issa go, the pain in your voice. Just the fucking. I don't wanna. I know I brought it up, but fuck. I got
funny.
a 10.
You got a 10? Okay. You like it'll sustain for a bit, it just won't stay. So it'll be for like a week. You just have this weird addiction to pop shrooms before it'll go away. Unless you find pop shrooms and you eat it. And then that's when it'll start to become a problem. So if you find any, you're gonna need to roll me some will saves. But for
Do
now,
not let him
you're
get
safe.
pop shrooms.
Luckily, I think isn't Will's charisma plus wisdom, isn't it?
It is,
Oh.
yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, luckily I have at least above shit will.
Yeah. You have good charisma, you just don't have good wisdom, if I remember right. Okay. So you guys will start to arrive to the Crux Dynasty. Crux Dynasty is an interesting place.
What about the blood wall?
Oh yes, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. So, Karen, like
God.
Because I
everybody,
am
like
stuck in the blood wall.
okay. So, I'm just gonna explain this in the best way I possibly. Remember when you were like, okay, I'm just gonna like leave, give them some time, Shindeo and Ublex, so they can kind of like, you see like shit, like Ublex starting to get up, and kind of look into the mirror, and like kind of like you see that like wide-eyed look of like, what is going? Why is Kikus in my mirror? Type of look. You like begin to turn to grab the doorknob, and everyone else that's in that room, which is literally just Shin, Pike, and her, aka Ublex, sees as you just disappear.
Oh my
Damn it.
god.
As you get like basically your body folds in on itself and like just like with like a red flash of light essentially. The next thing you know, Kirla, because you're not teleporting into the blood domain specifically, you're teleporting more specifically into the blood wall. So the next thing you know, all you see is a crimson red, and you'll need to roll me a con save to
Oh, dear.
hold your
Oh,
breath.
no. Oh, she's actually good at con saves. Okay.
Okay,
I have a chance.
you got a chance. I believe in you.
Dirty 23, natural 16.
Okay, so for this first round of trying to find your way out of the blood wall, you do not breathe in the blood. You can see... You can see all sorts of creatures like swimming around in this blood wall. You can see eyes of all sorts and kind with unshaped faces in there. You can see like these blood tentacles that are like slightly more solidified than the rest of the blood, like carving its way through like random areas of the wall. You can see this massive, like, and you probably never realized this, because you've been to Yunesa's place a few times, because of Kikus being close friends with her. You see, when you look down, or you think might be down, it could be up. You don't know what orientation you're facing right now. And because, it's a god's domain, there's no proper gravity, meaning that blood will never rush to your head, even if you are upside down. So you wouldn't be able to tell. You can see a massive, like, almost Titan-sized blood squid just swimming underneath you. Just, like, propelling itself through this blood wall. You can see, like, blood piranhas swimming around and, like, a whole, like, oceanic life just swimming. Made purely of blood. But there's that bit of tinge of eldritchness to it. Because, like, some of these fish have, like, multiple eyes. Some of them have, like... I'll be straight up, there's one that it has legs. It looks like she tried to make an actual land shark. Like, you can see this shark with, like, 4 human legs swimming its way through, the blood. Welcome to the blood wall, baby. So... You can do me a favor, and you can roll me a survival check.
Oh, no.
Ah, she's bad at those.
Oh boy.
15?
What was it? 15?
14?
14. Okay, so you start
I rolled a natural
swimming.
9.
Oh, okay, that's oof. So you start swimming in a direction. You don't know if you're going the right way or not. Like, you're hoping you are. But you start swimming, and you can roll me another con save as you kind of, like, brush past, like, a school of, like, clownfish, quote-unquote. You see one of them looks at you with, like, these massive fucking lips. You see another one look at you, and it's got, like, one big eye in like, the center of its, like, head. It's more like a cyclops clownfish. What's up? What'd you get?
That's a natural 3.
Okay. So we're laying off.
That's a dirty 10.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something here. Okay. Let's see what you get. Okay. You don't have a tail, right?
Correct.
Okay, you form a tail.
What?
So as you, like, suck in this, like, helping of oxygen and blood, you feel your body begin to shift as a 5-foot-long snake tail forms behind you.
What?
Okay.
The longer you stay in this blood, and every time you suck in the blood, the worse it's gonna get.
Wait, so you just have a longer tail?
She didn't have a
has
tail.
a tail now.
Now she has
Oh.
one. As long as you have this tail, you will have a +1 to your dex saves and acrobatics.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't stay in there for much longer. It's just gonna get worse.
So roll me another survival check.
Oh my god, we're gonna be at this forever.
You got this. I believe in you.
16.
Okay, you start swimming. You slightly change your direction a little bit more to the left. Like, a bit of you gets that feeling of, like, I think I'm heading away from where I should be. That's not right. I think I need to go this way. So you start changing your direction a bit. And you can roll me another con save.
Oh my god.
18.
18. Okay, so you don't suck in more blood. Another survival check here. I believe in you. You got this. Oh, that was not a good sound.
That's a natural 4.
Oh, so you're like, no. You know what? I think I'm underneath. I might be in the blood floor. So you start swimming up. Roll me another con
Can I
save.
just reach out to Inessa and just be like, please help? I'm stuck.
Yeah, I'll be real, because she wouldn't know that you're just stuck in the
Dear.
blood wall right now. So here's what you can do. You'll roll me that con save, and then instead of using your movement, you can reach out to her.
Religion.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I am rolling actively to see if she notices you each round, too. There is that. But if you want to try and boost that possibility, that religion would come in clutch. I don't know if you have good religion, though, or not.
Well, with her natural 1 and con save.
Oh.
I am in pain. I am in pain as a
That's-
person.
That's why
Yeah,
I
I
said
can
that.
imagine.
Okay.
That's why I said it.
So you feel as if that tail, as you like suck in this massive amount of blood, like in with the oxygen, you feel as your tail begins to shift as it becomes like thicker, essentially. With it doing this, the tail would get in the way of your attacks sometimes, so you might get like, another -1 to your dex save. You get vulnerability to bludgeoning damage, specifically if your tail's hit. Specifically if the tail's hit. And people would have advantage to do grapple attacks on specifically your tail. So yeah.
So you'll lose the +1.
Yep. And now
to
people...
Dex save.
Yep. And now you have vulnerability to bludgeoning, and people have advantage to grab your tail. You wanna roll me a religion or a survival?
God, with a natural 7, that's an 11.
Okay. Which one were you trying to do?
Religion.
Okay, so you try reaching out to Yanessa, but I'm gonna be honest, because of the, being stuck in a literal blood wall and being confused, for good reasons, obviously, you try and, like, concentrate to try and, like, get some form of grounding to try and, like, get a hold of Yanessa. It doesn't work. You just can't seem to concentrate in this current predicament that you're in. I'm gonna roll her awareness. Alright, I understand. Roll me another con save. My god, I'm so sorry. This is the weirdest, like, Fey chart
15.
thing to happen. Okay, you feel like you might be correcting yourself a bit. Like, you were going up, and you're like, nah, that doesn't feel right. So you start going down again, but you keep going forward in the process. You feel like you're close to finding your way out.
Con save.
Oh, 50 for your way finding the castle. My bad then. No, you're still up there. You don't suck anymore. You still manage to, like, hold your breath. Do you want to try a survival or do you want to try a religion? I believe in you. I'm gonna roll her awareness.
I'm gonna try religion.
Okay.
Holy fuck, 19.
Okay, cool. You'll be able to roll me one last con save as you manage to properly get a hold of her, and you can feel as she would start reaching into the blood wall for you.
Oh dear.
Natural 20!
Alright, you managed to hold your breath without a problem as you feel this massive blood hand reach into the blood wall, grab you by the torso, and pull you out. As she just conjured up this massive blood hand from, like, the ground of her blood floor. As you would just kind of, like, she would just lightly put you down. She would just go, oh, well, welcome, Lindry. Didn't expect to see you today. Nice tail you got there. Really suits ya.
God, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I'm guessing you didn't mean to show up here?
No, something fell IRL.
Oh.
And, like, landed right in front of her.
You know what?
And on
Fair
my
enough.
hand.
Gah.
What
That's funny.
caused that?
This fell.
I don't know. Comes out, it was just a bomb. A bomb fell. It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys.
A plush fell over and knocked something off of a shelf, and it landed on her keyboard.
Dang. But yeah, she, like, I'll be honest, like, unless you want to talk to her, she will just send you back to the mortal plane.
I didn't intend to be here. Or stuck in your wall.
Oh, right, you're in the blood. See, I forgot I made that deal. Right, well, that makes sense. Alright, bye-bye.
Wait, what do I do with the tail?
Oh, I mean, it looks good. I mean, I'd say keep it for a while. And then you disappear.
Oh dear.
Can I at least know?
God.
Can I at least? Oh, okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, she snaps you back. You appear.
Smaller?
All right, so here's what I'll say. Right, like you're about to say that you get snapped out. You appear into Ublex's area, right? You appear back with a massive tail, and the second they see you appear in, you disappear back out, and now you're back in the blood domain again. She's going. I'm sorry. What?
Can it at least be a little bit smaller?
Well, you ingested the mutation blood. I
There's
could
no reversing this
shift.
there.
Well, I mean, like, it'll go away eventually. I could move some of the mutation to different areas.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, what do you want? You want a big bobblehead? That could be funny. I thought about doing it at Usagi at one point. Because, yeah, like, I have his skull and all that. But, like, I feel like he's gonna come up to me, he's gonna be all mad. But, like, you know, so I can't really declare that one as, like, an experiment. Because I said that I'd try and only do, like, things that would hopefully benefit him. But, you know, I never know because it's an experiment. That's why it's called that. But, like, I obviously know what that would do.
I mean, we can always just shift it so it's a little bit more proportional. Just, like, move some of it around.
Okay, so you just kind of just want to mix it a little bit everywhere into the body.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you still want the tail?
Sure, we'll see what the tail does.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. And she'll start moving some of this, like, honestly, like, there's no way to really put it. Is she straight up just moving blood? Like, somehow this blood managed to form a tail for you. You don't know how. It looks exactly like it is a part of your body. It feels like it's a part of your body. It feels like a limb that you were born with. Like, you immediately had muscle control over it. You don't know why, but you did. She basically moves it so that, like, you have the +1 to the dex saves, you still have the +1 to your acrobatics, and you lose the vulnerability to bludgeoning and dex saves.
Oh, yeah.
But she would move the rest of that last little bit into, I'll roll, see what areas, because you kind of just said, like, everywhere. I mean, I guess I could I could just do this. You can actually just tell me, because you said you kind of want it spaced out a bit. Do you want her to space it out within the head, face area, the, like, upper body, or lower body?
I mean, I just kind of figured a little bit everywhere type of thing.
Okay, yeah, she can just do that. It's nothing like, so, like, straight up, there's, like, numbers for this chart thing. I'm not going to go through explaining all of it. But I actually had a certain amount of numbers, so that's why I'm having to, like, actually divide this up a bit. Okay, so I think that does it enough to where it doesn't actually cause any extra statuses from any of the other body parts that get changed. So essentially, it almost acts more as like a height change. Like, if anything, you grow like an inch or two. And then, like, just the rest of your body is just slightly, like, a little bigger, just in general as a person. Like, your head's a little bigger, neck's a little bit bigger, lips a little bit bigger, eyes, eyelashes, like, everything.
Looks like someone grabbed the slider and just went.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like basically just grabbing an image and just slightly enlarging it. That's literally what it feels like.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I can accept that.
Yeah.
And I just now have a tail.
I'll be straight up, if you didn't ask that, you would have been dealing with those debuffs. But luckily, because you actually thought about asking about it, you only have the buff. So it's actually kind of just beneficial. That's funny. Okay, cool. She would send you back out after that. So she reappears.
Your love would give a thank you.
Yeah, she give you a little nod. And you disappear, and you appear back into Ublex's room, where I'm gonna be honest, this all happened within like 3 seconds, Ublex.
What?
30 seconds?
Yeah, all that within 3 seconds. The time domain with a god's domain moves way slower than the mortal domain, so...
It's the shocker.
Yeah, so like, for like Kirla, that took a good bit. Like, that was like a few minutes of her life that were things was just insane. For y'all, that was like 3 seconds. So you just get like it's like getting Flash, because you got hit with like 4 bright flashes of light, like in succession.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, legit.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Kirla's back in your room again. With
Kirla, what did you 30 what,
She now only has a 3-foot long snake tail.
3-foot long snake tail. You have a snake tail. Oh wow. Big snake tail.
Yeah.
I ended up in Yanessa's walls.
You were
And
in
she
her
walks
walls.
No
Sorry.
further explanation. She walks away.
Well, that's the weirdest thing that's happened in my life so far, so...
You say
I guess.
that as like Kikis is now using the mirror to put on her like makeup. You can see her like putting on lipstick.
I walk behind Kikis, look in the mirror, look at Kikis. Do I look different to you?
Dude. Yeah, I want to be straight up. Anybody else, when they look at you, when they look at the mirror from while you're standing in front of it, they just see Ublex. It's only you that sees Kikis. So you see, like, you see Shin look over at you, he just looks at you and just goes, "No, you look normal. You look how you've always looked."
When I look in the mirror, I see Kikis. Like, I see Kikis, not me.
Pike, please do that examination. You just get Pike then, like, now I'm like, alright, check her head, please. Thank you. I'm gonna go. I know you need time for that. Oh, God.
Oh my...
The fuck out.
God, I
Dude,
look
yeah.
like Kikas.
Yeah, I'll be real, man. Like every now and then you feel a little itchy because of your addiction, man. I'm gonna be straight up. Like,
Yeah,
Your
no,
addiction.
So people
Yeah.
just see Loki, he's walking, and his head just twitches.
Head
It's the
twitches.
most just like, oh god.
every now and then you kind of
Like-
scratch your arm or like your chin a little, like that sort of
Just
thing.
looks, it just looks fucking annoyed. Like, oh my god, fuck. He just looks extremely annoyed.
Oh god.
Alright, what the fake curse do to you?
You say
I
that, you
haven't-
turn around, you see a fucking snake tail. And Kira looks weirdly even more taller, so now you're having to crank your neck up even more.
Only about 2 inches.
He looks up, and it's just the most, like, his head just is slightly twitching as he's looking. He goes, I have enough fucking addictions to kill somebody, and yet here I am with an extra one. And just almost, like, just grabs a bottle of alcohol. He goes, I am so done with the Fae. It's just...
So, what's your addiction this time?
I don't even know. It's just the most...
all like
Because he wouldn't know what his body's craving. He's like, I want something. I know it when I'll see it, but fuck.
man. That's funny.
Like, he's just sitting there like, he's gonna be drinking extra today. Like, he normally only drinks 1 bottle, but he's like, no, fuck it. I need more today. I'm not dealing with this bullshit today.
Wow.
Kirla heads to Gildart and just... You might need to supply...
He has plenty. He has a lot of alcohol.
Oh yeah, no. He gives you that nod, just the most like I've been watching. He's gonna need it.
He's already drank his normal daily alcohol. He's on his 2nd. I will be randomly rolling him wisdom saves to see if he can fight the urge to grab another fucking bottle.
Oh god. Okay, we're gonna get this actually on track now.
Dude, it's the fucking hour of the session. It's just the start bullshit.
Oh, dude. Okay, so you guys would start finally arriving to the Crux Dynasty. Now, Crux Dynasty is looking similar to how you remember it, Usagi, except not exactly how you remember it when you left. Because when you left, things, your place is on fire and you're running for your life.
Yeah.
So slightly better terms, kind of, not really, but like different type of terms is a better way to put it. So you would know that there is a dock that you can take, or a port that you can dock at. That would be basically completely unknown of. Because your clan did have a secret little area that you guys would dock your ships at, because you guys had a second hideout over in the Ophrate Dynasty. So you guys did have that area. That place got burned down, and then eventually this one, the current one of the Crux Dynasty, was the last headquarters to get burnt down. But you do remember that's where you even took off. You grabbed like a small rowboat, and you just had to row your life like your life depended on it, because it did. To like get to the next island, and then you got like a proper ship that you stole. But you remember pretty well this place is unique in how its river system works. And there's a reason why I mentioned the river system. This is the most advanced dynasty in the current world as of now. It's not the most advanced country. It's not the most advanced country, but it's the most advanced dynasty when it comes to technology. There is a river that goes that starts up like basically goes across the entire island like an X, essentially. And it has been known that it also then spreads out further into like random areas of the cities. They would use mechanical steampunk like bicycles that was powered by water, like hydro powered essentially, and they drive them through the rivers like a street, and they could go like 30 to 40 miles per hour. So you had like kind of essentially mopeds that were like built like motorcycles essentially, that were built for water. That was built completely for just water. So yeah, y'all would use those all the time. Oh, traffic's probably gone up a bit, but like, it's a very limited road. So like, because of how limited road was, because it was made by river, they started like, last time you were there, they started like making handmade rivers throughout the city that would connect onto the main river. That way they had more roads, so people had more space to drive and wasn't being as clustered, because the city was continuing to grow. You remember there was the capital, there was, and I'm going to grab the information here because I actually have the cities here. This is a similar sized island to Gao. So, it's not a small country. It's not massive, but it's not small. So you have the capital, and then near the capital is the second biggest city, which is Tarokan. And then there was the rural town that you guys kind of built, like, in between. Because in between Tarokan and Koen, which is a rural city, y'all kind of built your old headquarters up in the mountains in between the two. So if you wanted to stop by your base, because you do remember there being a locked cellar where your dad had some special things down there.
I do.
You could try to go there in between before you get to the next city to go check some stuff out.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, that's extremely important.
Yeah, so you know that you can go from the secretive dock to Koen, then on your way from Koen you could go to the headquarters, the burned down headquarters, go find the basement. As far as you know, nobody found it, so it should be safe.
Okay.
You'll be able to double check it, obviously, check around it. And then you can head into...
money.
Yeah, to get yourself some money. And then go to Tarokan, and then eventually you get to the capital. You would know that, like, there's not a lot of villages, there's not a lot of cities. It's just that the few towns they have here are massive. So, even the rural towns, like, pretty big, because, like, even though it's more out in the country, you just have a lot of farmers. So yeah.
Okay.
You would be able to kind of, like, if you want to, you can let people know, like, hey, we could dock here. Unless you want to dock where the Navy's at, we could probably dock here. It's probably safer.
Of course I'm going to tell them. Listen, there's a special dock that my clan use that is out of the Navy's prying eyes. We should use that. Lest we get caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I shall lead the way.
Yeah, 100%. So you can basically just, like, you can just get up to who's currently driving. Is it Gildar, Borf, or is it the one and only Glacia? She learned how to drive recently. That's for Glacia. That's for Borf. That's for Gildar. Okay, it's in between Gildar and Glacia. Glacia. Gildar. Glacia was driving, and he grabbed her and dragged her off the steering wheel because he trusts himself to find it better.
God damn. Fair enough, but also damn.
He's just doing what's best for the crew. But yeah, no, he would, like, take your direction step by step. Like, he is actually genuinely the best for, like, this, because he has done the most driving out of the three. So he would drive this flawlessly through the exact route that you tell him. Because on your way to Crux Dynasty, there is the thing of, it starts getting kind of rocky near the shore areas. There are a lot of rocks that kind of peek out of the water, which causes currents to kind of, like, swirl around it and possibly even try to... Which, for some ships, if you're not exactly good at driving, could lead to you driving the ship and grazing across the rock, or even just head-on slamming into the rocks. Luckily, normally I'd have them rolling survival checks, but because Gildart is, again, he's been doing this for so long for y'all, and he navigated y'all through Rustbreaker Island, which is honestly worse, he doesn't even need to roll it. He knows what he's doing at this point. So, he would effortlessly basically just drive your ship straight through these, like, rocky areas and kind of, like, making sure that he doesn't scrape the hull against any, like, possible shallow areas or coral reefs that are, like, nearby this area. If you did not know the exact route and turns you needed to take when going through this area, you would probably either destroy your ship on a rock or destroy the bottom of your ship on the coral reefs. So, it's a pretty dangerous route, but because your clan used it so much to get away, because the others didn't dare to drive through this route, you know it by heart, dude. You know it, like, by, like the back of your frickin' hand. Which you know pretty well, because you've seen it a few times in your life. Just a few.
Yep.
So, you would begin to arrive in the good old-fashioned dock. Now, this dock, The reason why it's so secretive is because it is hidden into a cave, in like a cave slash cove area that is near the beach.
Okay.
So it's pretty well hidden. There's a lot of sakura trees that kind of like bloom around this time that are kind of like also helping hide that like cave's presence. So
Yep.
it's fairly like, you know, like from what you can see, the like wooden port that's been built onto it, fairly untouched. You can see, and I'm gonna go and put this music on. I pressed the wrong one by accident. You can see that as you're driving up, you can see some of your clan's old stuff. You can see, sitting at the docks are 3 ships that have been burned to a crisp. Some of them is more like one of them is just the sail, so it looks like the sails were burned up, and some of like the crow's nest was basically toppled over, but it seems to still at least be staying afloat. You can see another one where like it was destroyed to the point where it's basically just in pieces sitting there at the dock. It's just like it's shallow enough to where even though it's technically sunk, it is you can still see parts and pieces of it just kind of sitting there. But that wood, because it's been so long, has started to rot. Because at a point it just doesn't matter, and there's nobody maintaining it. And the other one is straight up just, again, it's that sort of thing. Like you can see burn marks like over like the main area of it. It looks like the fire just put itself out naturally, or maybe someone else put it out. You don't know. But it looks like the floorboard of it got pretty burnt up. The sides of it got pretty burnt up. It looks like there's areas where like cannons was shot through it. You can see where like arrows that you remember them lighting on fire when they were shooting at you. You can see where those arrows are still embedded into the wood of that ship. You can see where swords are like dug into like this stone ground of the cave. Katanas and wakizashis basically just embedded into the ground. Even a few odachis being driven into the ground here, chipped, broken, and unmaintained. It's pretty bad. You can see the crates that y'all used to use, because you used to like hide storage stuff like up in here, like in case like you need to leave like pronto, you could very quickly have a few people hold off the people while the rest of you would load up the ships real quick, so you made sure that you had the food that you needed for the ships in case you needed to leave ASAP. So you guys always had like crates of like food and stuff there. You can see that those crates have been smashed and some of those things are just gone. The map that you used to have, like you guys used to have multiple ocean maps for different circles. Because I think I mentioned this before, but besides the Hell-Chained Islands, every other island is constantly revolving around the Red Sea. Be it almost like, you know, planets orbiting the sun. And because of this constant orbit, islands are constantly going into new seas and leaving old seas. There are very few islands that are embedded and don't circle around like the other islands. Like, weirdly enough, the Crux Dynasty is one of the few that has actually never left the Fey Sea, because it doesn't orbit like the others. Because it actually, like, is connected to the Earth's ground, whereas the others just float. It's like icebergs, essentially. Now, how that works, I know scientifically that would not work. However, due to magic and things like that, that is how this functions. You guys have maps. You guys used to have multiple maps up on the wall showing the different circlings. So, counting on what year and what date and time you were to leave, if you need to get to a specific island, you could take that specific map and you could drive there without ever needing a north pole, as long as you followed the map. As long as you grabbed it for the right type of cycle. So you guys were very, very well thought out. One of those maps are missing. One of them has been burned. You can see an arrow, like the one that's burned, you can see an arrow kind of stuck into it, like stuck into that stone area of the wall. And the other two seem to be untouched. And besides that, you can see where, like, there used to be, like, you remember pretty well. Like, there was no history checks for this. You grew up here, man. This was your life. You can remember sitting in this dock time and time again with your dad and the rest of the clan. And you can remember just running around like a little kid. Just playing pranks on like, you know, the adults. Trying to like pickpocket them, and then they'd always like turn around and steal something back from you, and normally they manage to get the thing you took from them back in the process. There was a lot of just goofing around and just them teaching you how to do the things you do now without directly teaching you, if that made sense. They taught you by playing with you. And you can remember running around and they'd serve food up on these wooden tables that they had propped up, and they sit on these barrels for chairs as they eat and, just dig in after a good success of like some type of bank heist or other things like that. You look back and those tables are destroyed. The vaults that they used to hide here are basically bashed in, and the doors are wide open. You can see where like some rats have even like made nests into these areas because the vaults just haven't been touched. That is what the dock looks like to you. But
Can I take the maps? How big are they again?
Yeah, you can take the maps 100%. They're massive. They're like the size of like a movie poster. Put it like that. They're the size of like a movie poster.
Okay, that's not that big. Okay.
Yeah. You can just like roll it up, put it up onto the ship if you want. 100% you can do that.
Okay.
You would also, in the process, I'm just gonna let you know, you would see that there is like two yellow eyes kind of looking at you. Like in a little bit of a darker area where like there used to be like, or like where the tables are at essentially. Because since the lanterns aren't being lit by people, it's not being used anymore, there's just two eyes looking at you.
Hell?
You would hear a very faint, "Oh, you're here. Good to see you, Usagi."
What?
You recognize that voice fairly well. It's Nakamata.
Oh! If only we could meet again in a less dismal place.
That would have been nice, but when I looked at routes and everything, and boss was kind of able to figure out where you're going to be probably heading, I figured I'd try and vouch to have us show up here to try and help out. Considering while we might not be together, I would at least consider you a good friend. I'd want to try and help you.
Thank you.
Of course.
There is some important business.
So what's the plan?
What?
Well,
the plan is
yeah.
I need to, in order to get an idea of that, I need to get closer to the people ruling over this place and go about the premises.
Of course. I can let you know because the rest of the crew's gone ahead, and we've kind of looked into some stuff at least. So.
Oh, good.
I can let you know right now. There's a mercenary we met up with recently who managed to arrive around the time we did, because apparently he was taking around some merchant, and he apparently finished his job. So he decided to help out here because he's also from the Crux Dynasty. He said he knew you actually. He didn't know you that well. I believe his name was like what?
Is he?
Wakazashi? Something like that.
I don't remember that guy at all.
A human, blue kimono. That rings a bell.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Shit. Is this somebody I've met before and I'm blanking on?
Well, to be fair, he said y'all helped him when he was, like, knocked out in the middle of the sea after the Navy attacked him and his suitor. So it didn't sound like you had interacted very long.
Oh, no, I think I remember. Okay.
Either way, he's in
Vaguely.
the rural town. He's in the rural
What's his name
town.
again?
I believe his name is Wakazashi. I could be incorrect.
Thanks.
This is my first time meeting him, so. But,
This is a sword name.
listen, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
That is a sword
Anyway,
name. That is also correct. So you don't know if it's literally just her not knowing his name, or if it's her just being like, I think this is the name. So.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, we know he's in Towan. He's been clashing with a captain that's over there. He's been helping the people hold their ground. They've been actively trying to deal with that. It sounds like he's not... The problem is it's been a 1v4 for him. because it's been the captain with his 3 right hands going against just him, and he's been holding his ground, but, you know, he can only do so much. He's a samurai, so he's trying his best.
I'm trying
The-
The more able hands we have, the better.
Oh, yes. As for Phalar and the rest, they went up to the next town, to this town, like, right near the capital. So they're doing what they can over there. We know that the Admiral, Admiral Umagig, he's in the capital. He hasn't taken it over. It's the one area that isn't taken over yet. But he is actively attempting. From my understanding, he has like a fourth or like a half of the capital, something like that, taken over.
Great.
Right now, he's been clashing with the Emperor, and the Emperor is the only person that's been keeping him at bay.
Well.
So that's where we're at when it comes to that.
Well. Good. And we have a target. Excellent.
Oh, right. There's one other person. I just remembered. He told me to send you his regards. Some black buff rabbit named Dyke Van Gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God,
Oh, yes,
okay.
we've met.
Yeah, he
met.
said also to apologize again, apparently. I don't know how many times this has happened. But he said to apologize again for accidentally killing you that one time. Or almost. It was like an injury, I think? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to apologize for that again.
Taught me a valuable lesson in getting into up close fights when I don't need to.
You know, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. I might be forgetting something.
Good. So, I'm gonna lean up to tell her there is an important vault somewhere in the area. I shall lead the way to find it, but I call dibs on whatever. I call first dibs on whatever's in there.
Is
but
this
it might
your...
be helpful?
I'm sorry. Go for it.
It is the, how should I put this? Whatever my clan has left.
Right. I remember you telling me about, lightly at least, about that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I probably won't take anything. I know that's normally something that I do, but I'm not gonna steal from a friend's old family clan. So, I'll help you get
Thank you.
that. Of course. I'm not gonna run off with that. Listen, I have morals. I may be taking random pocket watches from people that are pretty, but I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you.
Professionals have standards, damn
Exactly.
it.
Plus, I normally don't hold on to things, me anyways. I'd hate to be selling off your clan stuff. I get that money for a reason, after all.
Okay. So,
Right.
to turn to the rest of the crew. We
Oh.
should...
Oh
What?
my god. Oh, your crew's changed. Oh.
Oh, yes.
Right. He did mention there was a new captain and co-captain. Also, Ublex, what happened to you? I know that you're the only blue farm I've
Hello.
ever seen. What happened to you?
I got this cloak they gave me, you know.
Yeah,
It looks down. Hi, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's around the same height as you, I believe. So you probably wouldn't have to look down. She's 5'5", if I remember right? She's
Five.
fair-
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 5'5".
Yeah.
Tabaxis don't get crazy tall, but like they're there. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man. Yeah.
Figured getting a more human-like appearance would be beneficial for me,
I mean,
and this cloak makes it really easy.
I mean, if anything, it'll hopefully make people treat you a little bit more like a human than a monster. So, I mean, I never saw you as that to begin with, but I know some people with the way they looked at you, that was definitely a problem.
I know
Now I get
Isaiah
different
seems to
looks.
like the change.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he does. She just like gives that like look into the shit. He's on the boat. He just like narrows his eyes, like, keep talking.
I'll fucking stab you.
Oh my god! It's just like covering their hands, their face, like if they could blush, they would.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, okay. How about Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, so Loki, in his infinite addiction-ridden mindset,
Yeah.
with his fucking nat 3 in charisma,
Oh god.
he
Yeah.
just heard,
No.
and just in the most genuine, like as his head is twitching because of the addiction bullshit. Just, I haven't the slightest who you are.
Oh. Oh no, you're all good. You're all good. I'm guessing the phrase got into you too. I'm Nakamata. I'm a good friend of Usagi. I met him in osmosis like years back. Well, kind of years back. I don't know how long it's been. You don't have a long life, so I don't really know how long it's been at this point. I don't pay attention. I met him when I was about to leave my country, for reasons. So, yeah.
The Fae has been messing with a lot of us.
I can
Yep.
see. I don't remember your picture hovering, in the bounty poster. That tail. I'm guessing that's your end of what's happened.
I ended up in a blood wall.
A blood wall.
Mm-hmm. A
And
blood wall.
that did that to your tail.
I didn't have a tail before.
You don't even match the description of the poster. You're taller than what the poster says.
Yeah, that's another side effect of the blood wall.
Ah. Huh.
Turns out Inessa has a deal of some sorts in the Red Sea.
Oh god, of course you would. Right.
So, I have a tail. I'm slightly taller.
Yeah.
Things are a bit larger than they should be.
Well, no, that checks. I'm honestly surprised I hadn't heard about that. My brother, he's one of the only male followers of Yanessa. He's one of the 4. It's surprising he's never told me about that.
Loki looks at fucking. It's almost like his head twitches as he just starts chuckling. Like it's almost just like yeah, like it's just a little bit, and then he just fucking shifts away. It's just like, oh god, get it under control. Fuck. Like he's really fucking trying over here.
God.
He's trying to keep his mental state in order.
I will mention, she would actually go to both the captain and the co-captain, kind of reach out a hand, like, hey, good to meet you, type of thing.
Loki would introduce himself in the most like shaky, because he's shaking, voice. Like he's physically shaking, but he still like fights it just long enough to shake her hand. Like, hi, I'm Loki. Oh god, fuck it, I hate new addictions. It's just almost like god.
Kirla just rests her hand on Loki just as a, you're all right, my man. You're
If
good,
you
buddy.
leave your hand on him, your arm starts shaking. Like he's physically shaking.
If you want, I could try to see if I can change the effect. Is that
That's
bothering
fine.
you? Are you sure?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm used to being addicted to things. He takes a drink of alcohol.
You see her definitely give a quick glance to you, Usagi, like, this is your captain?
I want to mention, he has, like, it's the thing of, like, he has a cigarette, like on his, like, next to his ear for him to reach up and grab, and he has, like, a bottle of alcohol in his left hand. And there's, like, chains wrapped around his arm.
He's
He
a
looks
really
like
cool
a
guy.
fucking lunatic.
Oh
He
my
isn't
god.
normally this bad off.
Never have him sober.
The Fae gave me a new addiction, and I don't even know what it's to. But I don't think I should indulge. But it'd be really easy to. Ghost.
Understood. Right.
Like,
Well, I'll have you know, you're not the only one dealing with the Fae, so.
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Just a fucking immense ass Loki.
Trying his best.
I've been dealing with a one that's not exactly grand either, so I understand. I literally can't get near any guards or taverns right now.
Why?
I've become allergic, so I just start sneezing and it blows my cover.
Oh my god.
That sounds quite annoying.
Wait, okay, you see Loki like get this look of, are you allergic to, wait, how's that? Like his brain is trying to process, like, why am I trying to process that?
If they have
Don't think
a-
too hard on it, Loki.
if they have a guard job, Or if I get near specifically a tavern, I just begin sneezing. Uncontrollably.
That sounds like a nuisance.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. Including when it completely ruins my stealth. It's done it twice now. Alright. Well, what about your crew? What are they doing?
Well, most of them
Actually, he, like, you see, like, finally, like, some damn gears start turning in his brain. Like, it
Well,
took for, like, this whole time
Well,
for his brain to go, okay.
Well, I assume they're busy. Well, I assume they're busy trying to deal with these ship. But a few of them will come with us because I would rather, frankly, not leave them here and risk. I would rather, frankly, not leave certain members here and risk terrible things happening.
That would make sense. So,
It is
question.
Kirla
it is
just
pro-
has this
it is probably-
expression of specifically people.
Specifically people, yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. Don't,
So, here's the thing.
it's pretty obvious. Nobody even has to roll insight to know who the hell I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I would say this:
That's-
y'all could bring probably 2 NPCs of the crew, because a lot of them will probably want to stay. Because I'm being real. Yes, this is a dangerous area as I mentioned before, but the Navy actually does find it. They could just shoot from afar, and the boat would kind of just be a sitting duck. So they will need a lot more hands on deck if something happens. The chance of it happening is low, because it's a really well-concealed area, but if something does happen,
Okay.
yeah. You could bring more if you want. It is an option. I'm not gonna, not tell you to. But I am saying you probably want more people at the ship than normal. So.
Okay.
I think we should be good. Normally with just us and the allies that are already gonna be there. We should be fine. But also, at least Loki, if they have the time and their stay, if the rest of the crew's stuck here, at least temporarily, he'd look at Kisheshe and see what he could do about that one ship that actually isn't obliterated.
You see the smile on him grow.
Oh boy.
He gives
need
you
more
a
ships.
nod.
We need more ships.
I've got you, boss. And he starts scrambling. Oh yeah, by the way, Issa wasn't here for this. Y'all have fleet ships now. Y'all are starting to build a fleet.
Wow!
Yeah. But
All right,
It's
I feel like
awesome.
we need to bring a healer with us. Like an extra
that's
one.
fair.
Just in case.
I'm a healer. No, I'm a shit healer. Don't trust me to heal you.
Yeah, you could bring a healer.
The question is,
Mhm.
yeah.
You have 3 healers.
Which
You
is-
have, if you want a combat one, you have Pike. If you have like an all-around, you have Asta. If you want a heavy healing, status debuffing person, you have Olana.
I kind of want to bring Olana just so we know what she can do.
Fine.
But also, I want to leave Pike on the ship because I'm sorry if that shit goes bad, they're gonna need him.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so everybody's
Also-
on board for Olana then?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Olana. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, she looks too. She'll give you a nod. It's just so simple. Okay, here we go.
So, I also just love the idea of like it's like some cartoon ass with now just smoke coming off of the fucking ship that the Sheshe's on now. The ship he's being told to fix.
Oh yeah, like he's basically just running around it, checking to see what all he needs to fix.
We
Good-
need ships. I mean, like,
Yeah, because like he's looking at right now he's gonna survey probably the 2 that are not sunk actually. So he's gonna look at the
Yeah.
one where like it looks like it just got burned up essentially with like the arrows in it and the like the
sail got
broken foot broken floor, yeah. And then he's gonna check the other one that just has the sails. So he'll check those 2 out and see what he can do about it. If you see some sakura trees missing, you know why.
Alright.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, no, hold on. Don't reveal the cave, you fuck.
Don't worry. He'd probably get it from far away. It just means he might grab one of the strength people like, hey, barf, to have them drag the trees back.
Barf, go rip up a
Okay.
tree. Okay.
But yeah.
Comes back with a whole
She could.
tree.
She could. I'm gonna be honest. She doesn't need to cut down. She
She'd
can just
do
tear
it
it out.
too.
Yeah.
I want to see it's just the most like somebody's like I'm dangerous and just gets center massed by the roots of a tree that just got chucked from like over the wall. Borf wasn't even aiming for them. She just said "fuck this tree" and throws it.
I'm dangerous.
Dude, I love it. I love it. All right. So y'all can I guess head out with Necromata if you want to start heading to the first town if you want. Unless there's anything specific, you have Olana. Unless there's anything else y'all need to do.
I don't think there's anything around here. It's a dump. So
Yeah, it's been pretty badly destroyed.
so that's it then.
Yeah.
Here's taking Miko with.
Heck yeah, you can bring Miko, 100%. Let's go. Miko getting their first actual adventure. Oh man. Alright, you guys will begin on your ways. There is like, as much as I have to be like, oh, you guys can use one of the motorcycles for the river. No, there's not any here. There was like a destroyed, dismantled bike like near the opening of the cave that they probably used. Like, if like they didn't have any boats, they just take one of the bikes up into the ocean. There wasn't any. Though the one that was there is definitely just destroyed. But you guys would start making your way. Straight up, there's no proper path to the first town from here, because if they had a path, it wouldn't be very secretive now, would it? But basically, you go through this cave, and then it eventually goes from being underground to actually like popping out of a portion of like a hill, essentially. So you're basically just going up like this, like not steep, but it's not like a subtle incline. It's kind of that in between. But you're just going up this incline as you're going from this like low altituded like beach location to just straight up. You're going up a hill. Cause you would know that the Dynasty it has like a mountain and it has like a few hill ranges, but like it's relatively a flat land. But there's a few hills that you can run into. There's like a normal hill around here that kind of also helps secure, the hidden identity of this cave. But yeah, it would just pop out. Essentially, we get to the end of the cave. There's just one of those hatch doors. I don't know if you've ever gone exploring like in forests and stuff like that, but sometimes you just find like a hatch door that some person built for like an old like home or something that probably was there at one point. You can find basements and stuff like that just out there. It's crazy what you can find in the forest. Don't recommend by the way, don't ever open those things. There's so much poison gas and stuff that can come out of those. Don't do that. Do not.
Okay.
There's so many hazards.
Oh yeah, it's not worth it. But basically, you guys would basically push the door open, as you would just get flashbanged by pure sunlight. As like by the time you guys get out of this cave, it's already like 11 a.m. at this point. Like you guys spend a good hour and a half just going through this cave route.
Wow.
But yeah, I just want to mention, because again, this is just something that you can remember, and this just shows that nobody's come back here. You can see like the dead skeleton bodies of like fallen comrades from your clan. You can see like you can see like some like odachis, katanas, wakizashis just lying beside the corpses. You can even see some like weapons that have been implanted into their bodies, like other katanas that would like probably pierce some like bodies like of your clan members, stuff like that. But yeah, like any clothing they had, anything like that would have been like unusable at this point. Like it would have just rotted away. And you have things like moths and stuff that would have stayed here, so they would have chewed away at the clothing. It's just yeah, it's not good. But you guys just start making your way over to the good old rural town of the one and only Cohen. I'll let you type that out there for you, so you guys actually know how to say that in case you ever want to, or if you ever want to write it down for notes or anything. That's how you would spell it. You guys can start making your way.
That's
when you
not
guys,
how I thought it was spelled.
yeah. As you start making your way into Cohen, you'd get like probably I'd say like an hour away from Cohen. At this point, it's like 2 p.m. and you'd be able to see smoke kind of beginning to rise from the village. it seems like it's less of a place is on fire, and more of like that seems to might be Morse code. That might be Morse code, and then you realize it's thieves' cant being put out through smoke. So you would know, specifically you, Usagi, that through the thieves' cant, through thieves' cant Morse code, something your clan would have taught you very well.
Yeah.
That they're signaling probably to the other village, like, hey, can we get back up? Probably kind of give you the idea of, that's not going well. Things are going bad over in Cohen. So they're probably just trying to signal to see if they can get any help from the other towns, but they have their handfuls too, so the chances of it is pretty slim.
Alright,
Okay.
let's hurry up, everybody, once we're
Yep.
done, please.
Yep. You guys can eventually arrive into the town as you guys will start picking up the pace to try and get there in time.
Everyone's dead.
Dude, can you imagine?
God, I hope not.
Can you
Yes, I
imagine? Let's
can,
not.
'cause you're the DM.
What?
This is something you both would do.
I would.
What?
An island.
Nah. But you guys would start getting into the town. Yeah, new music, by the way. New music from Koyuchi, I think is the name of the YouTube channel. We'll have it linked if you guys want to go check their stuff out. But you start heading into the town, and you can see that there is like an active fight going on right now when you guys start entering into the town. You can see Navy grunts actively fighting farmers. You would see like a farmer grab a pitchfork and hurl it like a trident, as it would spear into a Navy grunt and like pinning him to this paper wall of like, this like dynasty-esque like house.
Wow.
You could also see like a Navy grunt run up and just like swing a short sword, slashing this farmer across his chest. It is like a bloodbath right now. People are dropping like flies on both sides. But it looks like the farmers are being pushed back. But you can hear that, like, you can see where, like, it's light, like, there's a few navies up in, like, this back area that you guys are coming from, but you can see that a lot more of the fight is happening more up front, like, around the bridge area, where you can see, spotting through the, like, open path of the road going through this village, as there's one big road that kind of cuts directly through it with a river kind of cutting through, and they have a bridge that goes over it. You can see, standing on the bridge, is a blue kimono samurai standing off against 4 people.
Oh my god.
As they're having a showdown.
I can imagine.
Time to
great.
show up and help.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
As you would, just a quick little thing, like as you guys starting to run up, you would see that like little brain cell go through Nekomata as she realizes, oh, it's Watanabe, don't call him Wakazashi, it's Watanabe.
Oh.
Watanabe.
Well, that's helpful.
Watanabe, yeah. As I'm gonna resend the picture of him. He's been shown up in NPC videos. As you would see this guy, I'm not gonna re-describe him because if people want to re-remember, I'll just do a light description. I'm not gonna show the full image. But he's the brown-haired samurai with the blue kimono that was accompanying the merchant who had his things like sunk near Gao way back in like episode I think 20, like around there.
That was before I joined.
Yep.
That was with Mollis. I don't remember shit from Mollis.
Oh yeah. It's been a hot minute, buddy. But you can see him actively like standing off against these like 4 people. And I'm going to get you onto the new battle map over here. I'm also going to go ahead and grab the people, the icons that I need here. So we need Ublex, we need BBB, we need Usagi, we need Loki, we need Lindry. I found Olana. Where's Lindry? There you are in the mess of all the ship.
I bet
Miko.
I bet my presence here is going to scare the piss out of these people because
Right, would be confusing.
yeah.
As a heads up, Kirla is likely going to be summoning the Shadow Demon.
That is completely fair. I have their icons actually pre-prepped onto the map this time.
Can I roll stealth to attempt to get the drop on these people?
We can, but let me just, you're coming from this little alley right here. Let me get the icon for an Ekomata. You can go and roll that, by the way. I'm just getting this up.
Is this a roof?
What? Where?
Is this a roof?
No, that's a river.
Okay.
Yeah. The blue area is a river.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'll get the images for these guys here. As you can see him standing off against 4 people. Also, let me know what that stealth check is. What'd you get?
Oh, fuck you. That's a nat 1 for a stealth. I'm not.
Dang.
No. I have lucky. I'm not doing that.
That's valid. That's valid. If you wanna, go ahead.
Like, fuck you. That's the worst.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
No.
I know what Kirla's doing.
Okay.
That's another nat 1?
Dude, you wanna
What the hell?
you wanna roll another
Yes!
Okay.
This is unfair, man. What the hell? This is supposed to be my cool moment. Wait a minute, don't I have a...
Do you wanna try different dice?
I'm trying my...
Come on, Usagi, bud.
That's 29!
29, there you go, man. There you
It
go.
only took 2 uses of lucky.
Heck
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Dude, you're plus 13. You just can't fucking roll.
Oh,
That was
man.
2 nat 1s! Are you
As-
fucking for real? Anyway,
So-
what I'm trying to do is climb up here.
Okay, you'll be able to climb up there in a second here. I'm gonna start describing stuff. You can move it up there. Roll me an athletics though, because you would also need to actually climb up there. But you can definitely stealth, because that was your stealth, right? Yeah. I'm gonna start describing this guy, but the first one
Okay,
you see...
I'm convinced D&D Beyond is rigged. That's another nat 1! Fuck you!
I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Beyond.
Yeah,
I'm not using this again for the next week. I'm using
Yeah,
lucky
that's
again.
fine. Yeah, go
Fuck
for
you.
it. Go for
That's
it.
horrid.
I'm gonna describe this thing now.
I'm rolling again.
So you're looking
Lucky.
at
Oh, that's
on the main area, like in the front of the rest of the people fighting on the bridge. You have a human with black hair that's kind of brushed off to the side with blue eyes, or actually no, it's purple eyes. Purple eyes, a scar going down the right area of the eyebrow, but not really going over the eye.
What the
Another one
fuck?
underneath
I got
it,
another
going
nat
across
one.
the slash, like near the nose. Heavy armor, like plate armor, with a black like turtleneck underneath it. And again, just metallic armor, kind of like knight's armor. Essentially, is what he's wearing. That is the first guy. Also, another nat 1. What the hell, dude?
Bro, that's not even like you can't
Yeah.
script this shit.
No, you really can't. Yeah.
It's
So
like
you,
4 ones in like a minute.
So
What the
you-
hell?
so you-
and now I've blown all my luckies.
okay, so you stealth up. You try to lift yourself up like the first bit of the wall, so you can start climbing to try and get up onto the roof. And you can't even seem to lift yourself up over.
It's because
like
calves, isn't it?
It's the those calves are just so heavy, man. Like you try,
Alright,
you feel weighed down.
Right. Well, I have
Um,
I have something I can use. You do with this gravity ring, baby.
Yeah, I mean you can just ignore it then. Yeah, so you just use your charge and just jump up there. We're gonna keep
Yep.
this going though. You also have a human. With like he's got kind of more like a cowboy-esque attire. He's got a revolver like on his in his right hand, ready to fire. Cowboy, more like a Stetson hat with like feathers sticking out and goggles. That he does actually have on right now, unlike the picture. Kind of like a brown trench coat that he kind of has, like leather, black bandana, white shirt with like a blue with a necklace with like a blue little emerald on it. And these brown, like, knee-high, like, western cowboy boots with, like, feathers sticking off of them. As you can see, that human. And there's 2 other people that I do have to describe real quick. Don't worry, they won't take long because they're relatively simple designs. You can see a gnoll. We don't see those very often. He's not as built as Borf, but it is a very,
I can imagine.
lean muscular gnoll with these like spiked bracers, and he has like a spiked like knee bracer like on his right knee specifically, and then black like pants that are like definitely probably just like cloth that he's just wrapped around his legs and said good enough, and then a brown cloth that he's wrapped around his waist to make a quote unquote belt. Bright yellow eyes, and then again just a muscular gnoll, like no shirt, nothing, no decency. No decency in this man. And lastly, I do apologize. A lot of describing here. There's a lot of stuff going on. You would also see a lupin. You can see this lupin kind of just squared up with what might be a battle axe, but with the angle that you're on right now, you're not really too sure if he's specifically using a battle axe right now. But he has this like white like fur kind of going like this like white fur over a of like some type of pelt essentially that goes over his like white beige like leather armor that he seems to be wearing with like a tattered like beigeish brown like cape essentially. White fur, there's a little bit, it's like a white gray fur is his main coat of fur with like, you know, this like wolfen tail. And then like it seems like he has some steel like bracers around the knees. But no shoes, because he's got those like wolf paws, and those are a pain to get them for. But yeah, you guys would be able to start, hopefully, rolling for initiative here. But yeah, you can use your gravity ring, you can throw yourself up on, I'm just gonna move you up on the roof there for you. Yeah.
My god, that was the worst streak of rolls I've ever had in my
That
entire
was
life.
insane rolls, dude. Like,
4.
actually.
Nat 1.
Goodness.
Where's my physical die? I'm rolling that instead. This is not.
While
acceptable.
Usagi is struggling with that, Kirla summons up the Shadow Demon.
Heck yeah.
I'm rolling my initiative. Give me a second.
So this is something that needs to be said.
Also, I think it's obvious, but I'm preempting turning invisible with this.
Okay. So, yeah, you can try to do that. You will be able to get an ambush round. Everybody, if you want to do an ambush round, you need to roll me a stealth check to see if you can get an ambush round. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until initiative to be able to do anything like, you know, casting a literal demon. Which I think that's pretty fair. I think that's a pretty fair assumption. I literally just let Usagi do the stealth thing before, just because I thought that would make some sense for him to be able to do something like that, considering he is a rogue.
Okay,
dude,
I got. All right, for my initiative, I got 24.
All
Oops,
right.
and I not rolling well.
Well, we're doing group initiative because it is a big group. Eventually.
No, for the stealth.
Oh yeah. Oh, stealth. Yeah. Okay, wait. What did everybody get for stealth?
I got a natural 19 plus 7, so 26.
Okay, so 26.
Dirty 11.
Dirty 11. Okay. I'm gonna roll for the others. Oh, Issa, you got a 6. I know.
I don't think I'm
okay.
stealthy.
Yeah, you might not be stealthy. You can just blame whatever you want for that. What do you want to blame for that? Let's make up a reason here. What do you want to blame for?
Minor concussion.
Minor concussion. So you stumble across. You actually end up knocking Olana forward because she rolled bad too.
Oh,
so she kind of you accidentally trip a little bit. You bump in front of her, and you see her stumble forward and brush past Loki up directly in the into the light. And out of the shadows of the alleyway that you guys chose to go down.
So sorry.
Miko, for me, the reason for you, Lindry, is that Miko, you can see Miko's already starting to growl and they start barking, and that gives you and Miko away. It's just that natural anger. And Nekomata will manage to get an ambush. So specifically Loki, Usagi, and Nekomata, you three will be able to get an ambush round in. Okay. As these guys are actually starting to begin to square off.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Loki's already got an idea, so we'll go and let him do his thing real quick because he just moved his icon, and then we'll let you do your thing.
Okay.
I will move up and get beside the guy, as I simply just will run by him. Okay. That's the max of my movement.
Okay.
Because you just see me run in front of as Loki's going to take a swig of his bottle and then snap his right fingers, as he's going to actually use a spell he just got.
Okay.
Because he's going to cast because he can't reach them. So he's like, I can't hit you with my chains, but I can be annoying.
Yep. Now, I do want to remind you guys, with ambushes, you get an action, but that would be it. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all this is.
Okay.
So, I'm summoning a giant bell tower.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, you can draw that to where that's at, so we know where the bell tower's at. As you summon this massive bell tower, as it just comes blasting through the ground. Are you putting it in the water or in the ground? Where are you putting it?
It's going down into the water.
Okay.
Because he's not trying to obliterate the bridge.
That's fair, that's fair. So you see, like, out of the river, this massive 2x2 bell tower just begin to, like, come crashing through the ground and out the water, sending the water, like, everywhere. As it just, like, comes skyrocketing upward, like, 20 feet upwards, with this massive bell just begins to, like, ring.
Hell yeah.
I know exactly what spell this is. That's why I'm able to describe it like that.
Yeah, all of them will need to, as all hostile creatures will need to roll me a con save.
Alright. So, let me roll them some con saves. Alright.
It's a 60-foot tall bell tower, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, 60 foot. Sorry, not even 20 foot. 60 foot. Yeah, so this thing's massive.
It's just a big bitch of a bell tower going to law.
The Knoll will fail, probably, because that was an 11. The Lupin rolled a nat 1. The human in the Western clothing rolled a 18. And the human knight rolled a 23.
Okay, so the DC is 20.
Okay, so literally everyone but the knight fails.
Cool. So everyone but the knife.
Knife. Yeah, no, he's a knife. He's a knife now. He becomes a sentient knife. You know what? Because of the shrooms, when you look at him, you have to like do a double check. Because for a second there, he looks like a massive like kitchen knife.
I
In a
can't
way.
tell which is scarier, a giant kitchen knife or a person. Like, he's just like sitting there like oh wait, no, it's just a person.
Yeah.
Okay, as all of them are deaf,
Okay.
and they all take 13 thunder necrotic damage.
Okay.
So they take, it's like both damages, so if either would be affect more than the other, that's kind of what's happening.
Yep. They
And
would need
then,
resistance to both to end up being able to actually half that.
Yes, and
Yep.
also the guy who takes half damage.
All right. So since that was 13 and it's half, we'll round it to the greater, so we'll give it 7. All right, cool.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, so that is your turn as you make this massive tower sprout from the water. You have one action to use for the ambush round. What are you doing, Usagi?
Alright, well, I'm going to pull out my Hawkeye arrow,
Okay.
my Hawkeye bow, and attempt to snipe this guy.
The
In the
Lupin.
face.
Okay.
Yeah, him. Okay.
For the poor Lupin. Wait, no, he rolled in that one. and
Yeah, he
thunder
took
damage.
double damage, like straight up. Like he's not doing good.
And then it's thunder damage, so he might also be fucked up for
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm so sorry. It's just-
Oh yeah,
Here
no,
we
like you saw him like lower his ears and kind of grit his teeth.
1 second here.
Oh man.
All right, let's see what you get, man. Come on, roll well, man. I believe in you. Oh, that's not a good sigh.
No, I didn't. Haven't rolled yet. I have a question.
Oh, okay.
With the charge technique, do I have to announce that before I roll it?
Normally, yes. I think
Okay.
I think that's what we chose on going with. Yeah, you would need to ahead of time.
Okay. I shall save them for the moment, but
Okay.
here we go. Here we go. That's 23 to hit.
That should hit. Yes.
Good. Good. Thank you. That's still a shit roll, but the bonus helps.
It's all good. It's all
Okay.
good.
Do I get sneak attack from this, considering that?
I would say since you're
Invisible?
stealth, yes. And then we would just need to
Good.
reroll your stealth.
Again? Okay.
Yeah, and no, every time you attack in D&D, you're supposed to reroll your stealth.
Okay.
That was legit.
Alright.
The reason, the times we did before was literally just because I forgot
That's 27.
about the mechanic.
27 stealth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you just re-stealth without a problem. Roll me that damage,
Good.
by the way.
All right. So 1d8 plus 10 plus 1 second.
Okay.
Sweet.
You roll the damage separately, so it's not all together.
Okay.
In case for resistances.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Joke's on you. He's sneak attack resistant.
No, it's at 11
22.
piercing. Okay, 11 piercing, and then
Yep.
22 sneak attack. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
You see him immediately enter a bloodied state. His blood would begin to like seep from like his teeth.
Ha!
As this like arrow essentially strikes him in like the shoulder.
Ooh.
All right. And Nekomata, where'd your
Yes.
sheet go? Oh my god, your sheet closed.
This is how fights should be going.
Yeah, dude, that last one was just rough. Like,
Good.
it's fine. We got it fixed, y'all. It's all good. Okay, Nekomata, thank you for loading your sheet. I don't know why it closed up. Do you have any range stuff? You have a short bow. Okay, that's something. So she will move.
Die.
She'll move up the like 30 feet that she can. So she goes underneath one of the trees as she darts up underneath, pulls her short bow out, and launches it. I'll be honest, she's just gonna, like, everybody's been pelleting up this lupin, so she's just gonna shoot at the lupin. That is a 28 to hit. She's not stealthing, she's not flanking, so it's just gonna do 6 piercing. But it would strike him, because she did leave her form of stealth by going out into the open like that. So he would take these 6 piercing damage. As another arrow would pelt him, like, onto the other side of his shoulder area. As now we can roll initiative, everybody. So we'll do a group initiative, so 2 people can choose to roll for your group, and I'll do the same for the other group.
I have a plus 8 for initiative,
Plus
so
8 at advantage.
Alright.
actually it's
Here we
plus
go.
9. Actually mine's plus 9. Sorry.
Here we go.
So,
I got
can I roll, or anybody got anything better?
It's you and I that roll.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
We have the best.
Come on, green die, do your job. Well, that's 18. That's pretty good.
Okay, and what
Dirty
about
20.
Dirty 20? So they're actually going first. They rolled a 6 and then a 23. Which
Jeebus.
I will say it is pretty fitting that the one that rolled it is probably the captain, by the looks of it. So yeah. As you would see the knight, which I'm gonna be honest, that's definitely the captain. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, typically, I'm gonna be honest, it's very rare to see any of the right hands or grunts wearing heavy armor like that. So you would see this captain, and I just want to explain what he's holding, because you would see that he has in his right arm a shield and his left arm a flail. As he would charge Loki, who is decided to get in front of the mercenary. As he would begin to raise his shield and attempt to shield bash you.
Very nice.
As, let me see. Does what is your AC again? This might not, no, wait,
21.
no, okay. Yeah, right, because it used to be 18 at one point. That's like, okay, please don't. No, never mind, I'm thinking of your other PC. Okay, yeah, no, so he will miss, luckily. As he brings up the shield, because he got an 18. He brings up the shield and basically tries to bash you. And you just bring up the chains and basically knock it aside. As he would
The
then...
chains are unironically why I have such a high AC.
Hey, I mean, I get it. As he would then just, straight up, just begin swinging that flail in, like, a grand succession. That's gonna fail, because that was a natural. Okay. That's a 17, that's not gonna hit. That one's gonna hit, because that is a 23. So you see him begin... you begin swinging this flail, just aggressively, swing after swing. You basically bring up your chain multiple times, knocking the flail, like, out of the way a few times. But that last strike basically collides into, like, your chest, and then, rakes itself down your gut, and then rips off. Luckily for you, you are not an undead, so you're not going to take extra damage. So, you only take 9 bludgeoning damage. I will let you know, if you had ever died at any point in time in the campaign, and you were playing that character, Usagi, you would be in trouble.
Yeah, I can imagine. Dying sucks.
Yeah, because technically you do, in a weird way, even though you're technically alive, you do technically, in a way, count as an undead.
Oh dear.
So, yeah.
What does that mean?
I sent you a thing is something you told me previously.
Okay, let me check. I don't.
Doppelganger.
Oh no, you're right. You do count as an undead. Okay, so this is a thing. Yes, you count as a fey, undead, and beast because of what you are. That is true. That is true.
I know I'm nerfing myself here because I'm from the Shadowfell.
Yep, he's from
I'm
the
a
Shadowfell.
Shadowfell doppelganger. So
Shadowfell are undead, and doppelgangers are fey, so he's a mix of the two. So with this, let's see, when you hit an undead creature with an attack using this weapon, you deal an additional d8, and the creature has disadvantage on saving throws against effects that turn for the undead until his next turn. So if you have to do any saving throws, you're going to have disadvantage until his next turn, unless he manages to hit you again in that same turn again. So an extra d8, so I'll roll the d8. It wouldn't get his strength onto it. He rolled minimum, an extra 1 bludgeoning.
okay, so what was the damage of bludgeoning again?
No, you're good. Oh god, it didn't give me a chat thing because he's not in the campaign. It was 11. It was 11. I remember. It was 11.
Okay, so I take 12 damage. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, 12 in total. Yeah, sadly enough, because I don't have the enemy character sheets in campaign, so nobody can get spoiled or try to look into it, which I doubt y'all would do that anyways, but always better safe than sorry, because you could do it accidentally without meaning to. I keep them out of the campaigns, which means that I don't get a chat bubble, so once those things go away, they're gone.
So,
yeah.
whether this makes this guy feel better or worse, I don't know, but he just hits this fucking tiny kitsune who doesn't really react much to getting hit. He just kind of goes like, okay, and then just kind of keeps swaying back and forth because he's just sitting there like, because more alcohol in his system, so he's got a lot more like goofiness in how he's acting.
Alright, no, that's fair. So he begins to squint his eyes as he would use his action surge.
Oh.
Alright.
Fucking Loki. Just like, okay. I'm gonna go.
That's a 25. And that's a 9. So only one more hits again. So you seem like he again begins this rapid succession of swings on you. And then that last strike again just pummels you in that same chest area. So he just does that same combo to you again. You block the same strikes and then you get hit by that same strike, or like the same one that hit you last time. As it drags across your chest and drags down. As you take another 8 bludgeoning, and I gotta roll the other d8. You take another 8 and then a 3. An additional 3 bludgeoning.
So 11 bludgeoning.
Yeah, 11 in total. As it would... Yeah.
I just love the fact, like, Loki just goes like, God damn it. I thought I got that down. Nope. Just...
As you see the human begin to spin his revolver in the back, and he's going to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There's a ranged foe. That's for the ranged foe. That's for the other ranged foe. And these are for the people up in the front.
Don't do it.
That's for the sorceress. That's for the cleric who stumble. Oh my god. And that's for... Okay. So you see him lock eyes across, looking over your shoulder, Loki, as he looks to Olana.
I will jump and eat that fucking bullet.
And
don't you shoot my fucking cleric.
You see him put his hand to the trigger as he begins to fan the hammer.
Oh, motherfucker.
As he takes 4 shots.
What the fuck?
As you're looking at a monk wail the bullet as he uses his, flurry of blows to take 2 additional shots. Oh, wait, Alana, what's your AC? Why don't you have... Oh, yeah, you don't have a high AC. Okay. So that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That wasn't even a good roll from him. And that's gonna... Okay, she just gets shot all full time. Buddy, wait, you have that reaction, right? Or have you unlocked that yet? Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'm double checking here. She has a thing, I think, for this. I'm double checking. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, I can't believe I'm saying this. So, you see the first 3 shots basically strike Olana, in the shoulder, the left and right, and then one in the gut. And you see the fourth one go for the chest as she throws her chest forward and sends the bullet back at him. I can't believe I'm saying that. That's the thing. So he gets to roll a dex save as she casts Vilva's Bouncy Skin, which is a 2nd level spell.
The fuck is that name?
I don't know what to tell you, Chief. That is a Vilva spell. As she is a Vilva cleric after all. And he fails, so he's gonna take one of the shots of his own bullets. So he's gonna take a bit of his own damage. So the last one I roll will be the damage he takes. And she's gonna take... Alright, let me see. That is 19 piercing, 14 piercing, 19 piercing, and then he takes 20 piercing. So I'm gonna... Why is he... What? Has he been hit already? No, because the bell tower, right. I was like, why is he missing some bell? Never mind. Okay, so you see, as his own bullet strikes him, as he kind of, stumbles back a bit in shock, what do you mean you can send that back? A little wide-eyed.
Bullet.
Yeah. That's 27 plus 14, so that's 32? 32. Yeah, 31. I did math wrong. As she takes 31 piercing damage. She's not bloodied yet. Not yet. But she would take that, so she's now down to 44 HP. As you see Alana get hit those few times. And, next up would be the Null. As a Null. Okay. That's for Loki. That's for the Mercenary. That's for Nekomata. That's for the Rabbit. That's for Olana. That's for the Sorceress. That's for the dog. Okay, you see him look up to you, Usagi. Or actually,
you're invisible.
Actually, more of less of. Actually, no, you are correct on that. So he wouldn't even know you that you're there. So actually, it's going to be the next option. So he's going to look to. God. Okay. Wait. No. There's 2 people that roll 14. That's for Nekomata. That's for Lendry. Okay.
Oh boy.
You see him look to Nekomata as he dashes across the bridge. As he closes the distance within seconds. And you see him reel back with his hand and begin throwing. As he just begins swinging for the hills on her.
Oh jeez.
As she begins trying and move out of the way of the attacks. She has an AC of 16. So he's gonna hit that first strike. He misses the second strike.
Oh wait, no.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, so here's what happens. So you see this Knoll begin swinging. As you see her basically get caught off guard, she tries to jump back as that first fist collides into her face. As she goes stumbling back. And then you see him take a second swing, going for a body blow. You see her basically swing to the side and go basically barely dodging the gut punch. And you see him then swapping to his other fist, immediately take one more step forward and do a right hook into the cheek of her. As she would stumble back, and you'd see him get cocky as he tries to go for a left jab into the throat, and you would see her quickly drop her short bow, reach for the rapier on her hip, and stab it into his arm. And then tear it out. So, okay, that's 9 bludgeoning, and then 7 bludgeoning. He rolled a nat 1, that's why that happened.
Loser.
So that is 16 to Nekomata of bludgeoning that she took. She has a lot of health, weirdly enough. But that is because she has tough, because she was on her own for the longest time. And then, how much is she gonna deal to him? So she has a special rapier. So I'm gonna roll. She's not gonna use her charge, because she doesn't get those back. They never recharge, so she's very careful when she uses them. That is... Let me double check. How does that work again? Right. Oh, you know what? No, she will use a charge. He's gonna roll me a con save. Oh my god, he fails. So you see...
Oh my god, he failed.
So here's what happens, and this is just gonna let you understand that hoarding is starting to come into play with her. As you see that rapier go into his arm, and instead of pulling it out, she leaves it there as this black surge of magic, this black and purple, begins to basically go up the blade, and you see the fur on his body begin to decay at a rapid pace.
Oh dear.
as his eyes go bloodshot, and you see him begin to like go weak in the knees, and then he falls to the ground, and then just the next thing you know, he's dead.
What the fuck?
As she has the 9 life Stealer Rapier, so now she has 1 extra life if she dies. She drained his life.
Oh, that's badass.
As long as they have 100 HP or less, she can just make them roll the con save, or they just insta-die.
That's awesome.
So
And holy shit.
That's terrifying.
Uh-huh. That is, because I thought it was fitting, because 9 lives, the Tabaxi Road.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Next
Fair
up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is a really quick death.
Okay.
Lastly,
well.
we got one more person. Lastly, you have the Lupin. As the Lupin would begin to drag the battle axe, and he began rushing towards Loki. And he will begin to swing for the hills. And actually, not just that, he's also going to cast a spell.
Stop that.
Yeah, as you see as he begin to run up, you see him grab an arrow from his hip, throw it into the air, and he would like throw it while like looking towards both Loki, Watanabe, and this main area here. As this one arrow, I'm gonna roll the cone thing here. That's anyone in 60-foot radius of a cone. As this one arrow duplicates into a like literal volley as it launches towards anyone in the 60-foot cone. This is an actual
I
spell.
can kill this guy.
So that would get both Loki and Watanabe, because he would have been doing this a little bit while approaching upwards. So that would get everybody. So everybody can roll me a dex save that's in that radius. So that means Ublex, Lindry, I forgot the dog's name. I'm so sorry. My brain blanked out of nowhere. Miko. Olana, Watanabe, and Loki.
Okay.
What is the DC of his save for this spell? I need to double check here.
7.
7. Okay, so you're gonna fail.
No, I'm kidding. I was making a joke on what his DC was.
Oh, okay.
You said
gotcha.
this is a spell?
This is a spell of his, yeah. But it's technically using
Okay, then I have
ammunition.
advantage against it.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
I have to like.
I have advantage on
I'm
dex
plus-
saves against effects I can see, so.
I
I'm
got you,
assuming I
Lisa.
can see that.
I have to add like. This is a spell state DC, right?
It was a Dex DC, yes. What was your
Okay.
plus to that? We can just add it on just manually in our heads.
Just 3 more
3 more, so you would have got
because
to
of
an
my
18.
little tome.
Okay.
my
Okay.
little
Yeah,
tome.
the tome coming in clutch. Okay.
For real.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the corner and cry
What'd you roll?
Oh no.
with advantage. I got a 7.
And
Oh, my
With a 3 and a
Shayla.
2.
dude.
Meanwhile, Loki with a dirty 20.
Okay, so you'll take half damage
What's your
as
dex
only
save?
one of the arrows pelt you. For
Wait!
what did Miko get?
D&D Beyond is being stupid.
Oh?
That was a 17 and it registered as a 3.
Did it like actively like fully stop rolling?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with the 17. That natural
Okay.
beats the DC, so you're good. You don't have to even do the modifier.
Miko got a 27.
So Miko and Loki only gets hit with one of the arrows. Everybody else gets pelted by like a good like 3 to 5 arrows. As everyone that takes full damage will be taking a total of 12 piercing damage, and for Loki you would take half, so you take 6. As he just creates this volley of arrows that start hailing down. The way that one works, you can look it up. It's called the Conjure Barrage. I've actually never seen this spell till recently. It's actually really cool. They take a piece of the ammunition that they want to use, and it does whatever damage that type of ammunition does. So if you wanted, he could have thrown a barrel up, and he would just send a bunch of barrels at you guys.
What the?
How much damage does Miko take?
He would take in half, so
12.
6.
6. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do I take half as well?
Yes, you were in the range. Actually, wait, no, you wouldn't even have to roll because you have the wall in the way. No, never mind. You're safe. Specifically you.
Typically me.
Specifically you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't get hit. Like the one that would have hit you just hits the wall instead. Now besides that, you would then see as he begins to put the other hand that he used to throw onto the arrow to double hand his great axe as he begins swinging it towards you, Loki. As he starts doing cleaves to try and hit both you and the mercenary. That is going to be a 22 to hit. You said you had a 23, right?
21. I wish
21.
it was a 23.
Dang it. Okay.
If the con was higher, I'd have a higher AC.
So I'll let you know he doesn't hit you on the second one because he got a 14 on the second one. What is Watanabe's? So Watanabe gets hit by the first one as well, but you guys both managed to basically get your weapons in the way of the second cleave to block it. As you would see this like great axe get like horizontally slashed across both of your chests, and then when he brings it back around for the second swing, you would just bring up your chains while Watanabe would bring up his katana to just block the swing. As you would take, I'm gonna go the damage here. Get that damage up in here. It's a D12 plus 5. It's just a great axe. Oh my god, why'd you roll max? That's 17 slashing.
Nice.
Yeah, that is the end of the enemy's turn, and it's now the ally's turn. So who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay, what you got?
Well, I'm going to blast this guy in the face.
Alright, so you're shooting the Lupin.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Is this fucking Ranger
That is a
with
reference, I know
battle
that.
axe?
Yeah, Ranger with the battle axe.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars. Yeah, it's a
What the
Star Wars
fuck?
quote. Anyway,
It's a
sorry, I had to
fucking
make a Star Wars
Marshall
quote.
Ranger.
Anyway, I will be using Arrow of the Sun. So,
Okay, let's go.
all right, here we go. Come on, green die. That's 29 to hit.
That'll hit, yes, that will hit.
Good. Yes. Okay. Great. All right, I need to roll stealth again, don't I? Okay. 25.
25, yeah, you're still stealthing pretty good.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm never using D&D Beyond again for the foreseeable future.
You know what? Fair enough.
Valid.
I will mention though, when you stealth this time, you do see the guy with the gun kind of like, you see him look into that area. So it looks like doesn't know where exactly you're at, but you can get that feeling he knows someone's up there at least.
Okay.
So you can get a good idea. His passive perception's pretty freaking high.
Okay, alrighty then. Okay.
Which makes sense.
All
He
right,
is
let
the
me
gun person.
Alright, let me roll.
Yeah.
So this is the piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Okay.
Oh,
16?
Fuck,
Okay.
that's good.
That is good, yeah.
Sneak attack damage is 5d6. That's 24. Ooh.
Okay, he goes down. Straight up, he goes down. Were you aiming for lethal or non-lethal?
Why would I be aiming for non-lethal when
Y'all-
this guy's clearly...
I mean, y'all have taken Navy and made them into a part of your crew. That has happened, so that is why I'm asking. You
Yeah.
guys are trying to
Fine,
make peace.
non-lethal. I get just for this guy.
I mean,
Just
yeah,
for this guy.
yeah.
He
I mean,
seems
like,
cool.
okay, cool. Yeah, it's literally just me just asking because I just got to know ahead of time.
Fellow, it's part of the fur. It's part of the.
Part of the
I
fur.
need to save somebody from the furry and twink squad.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, so instead of shooting him in like the neck or like in the head, you basically just aim for like what? Probably the gut. Is that what you want to aim for? Do you want to aim
Yeah,
for his
sure.
legs? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you basically just shoot in between Watanabe's like arm and like torso. Like you go through the like cleanest shot, and you see this like because you used the fire one, right? Where like you coat your arrow in fire, correct?
Yeah, but it didn't even mean anything because I didn't even get to use that damage.
But you know
Oh,
what?
well.
It's still cool because like you see this like fire, like this arrow begin to like light on fire as you let it go. It sails in between the arm and the torso. It strikes his gut, like the right side of his stomach, as he like basically falls to a knee and then just passes out as he like falls to the side onto his side. Sorry, can't speak today. As you can just see him basically just go unconscious from the pain.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Heck
So why was I shooting this guy? I was shooting this guy.
Yeah.
Lupin.
Yeah, you're shooting the Lupin, yeah.
Someone needs to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Alright. Ethan has to BRB, so we'll keep going with someone else. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay, what you got?
Kirla's going to summon the demon.
Okay, so you summon the demon as big man boss boy comes into play as he summons right beside you.
Oh yeah.
Kind of more in front of you with the way you're facing, but you get the idea. You see the black portal begin to form as he starts stepping out. If I remember correctly, we said I really need to write these down in rules. We said that like the summons would take like a turn for them to start being able to do their thing, if I remember right. So his turn, he's just stepping out through the portal, but he's starting to make his way out. Why he just have legs? He floats out.
He coming out of the ground. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure, he comes out of the ground. Yeah.
And then Kirla's gonna shoot at that fucker over there with firebolts.
Alright, so you shoot at Western Human. See what you get.
25.
Alright, yeah, that would hit, yes. He is going to try and deflect missiles. Going to roll the damage. He's going to see if he can even manage this. Because he has to be able to even remove the damage to begin with. To even be able to send it back.
I don't think you should roll digital anymore, because it's clearly not working.
What would you roll?
4.
Oh. Maybe he'll roll bad? What in the world? So, okay. So let's see what he rolls, because he has to roll to hit, if I remember right, and then he has to roll. Once he does that, then he can reduce it to 0, right? I never actually got to use deflect missiles before ever.
No,
even
he
though
just
how many
has
months
to
I played.
deflect. He has to just reduce the damage to 0, which his minimum level should stop it.
Yeah.
So then he can just roll it to hit back with the same key point.
Oh yeah. No, he did it. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. So he's gonna send that firebolt back to you. Essentially what you would see him do is that you would see him basically throw his gun into the air, and then essentially jump back, put all his weight onto his left arm, and use that as he goes into a handstand to throw a roundhouse kick. As you can probably get the idea that those boots might be magical as he sends the firebolt coming crashing back at you. If I remember correctly, does he have to roll it to hit, or does it just really just hit you?
Oh no, he has to roll it to hit.
Okay, cool.
It should have a deflect missile attack.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Marker.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna hit you. Luckily enough, is that an 11? 11 does not hit you, if I remember correctly.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Because
So
he has an AC of 18.
okay, so that tree that's kind of slightly a little bit to your right and in front of you with the angle that you're having to do to face him, you see the bolt goes slightly a little bit to the left as it strikes the tree. As the tree starts to burn and singe, slightly catching fire.
Wow.
Well then.
Well, fuck.
It happens, sadly enough.
I wasn't trying to cause the tree to catch fire.
Ka-chow!
Bad tree, stop it.
Oh, man.
The tree, fuck you and me.
Loki, it's your turn.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
The dice hate me today. That's it. Dice hate me.
Dice just aren't liking some people today. Welcome back, Issa. Anya she summoned her demon and sent a fireball at the gunslinger, and he basically just kicked it back at her using missiles. But it hit the tree, so now the tree's on fire.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's messed up. Loki, what are you doing?
Loki, through his manic chuckling,
Uh-huh.
is going to start unfurling his chains as he just starts swinging them swinging them side to side around him as he just starts unleashing a similar, just a barrage of chain strikes into the fucking the captain as he just is chuckling.
Alright, go for it.
As I need to roll the fucking to hits.
Okay.
So I have to roll 4. And also I get to use a funny little ability that he can't fucking ignore. Bastard. Alright. That is a 22.
That will miss.
Okay. That's a 30.
That will hit.
27.
That'll hit.
And 23.
That'll hit. No, wait, no, that misses by 1.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so he would feel as these 2 chains hit him,
Mhm.
he would feel like there's this it's like this, like the damage is sticking around and then something more is gonna happen again. As essentially Loki's using Void's Aftermath, which is a smite that hits at the start of his turn.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like every time I hit someone, I stack this smite. It doesn't do a lot of damage per hit, but it's like it stacks. That's why it's dangerous.
Okay, gotcha.
It only does a D8. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I got 2 successful hits.
Alright.
As I do 19 bludgeoning and 27 bludgeoning.
27. Okay, 19 and 27. So that is, okay, bing bong. And then 27. So you basically begin just unleashing this fury of just chain swings from like every direction right now. You would see him basically bring his shield up in the way of some of the strikes, but some of them basically get around the shield, because the shields aren't exactly the best for dealing with chains, weirdly enough. So some of those strikes basically just wrap around the shield and just end up striking him like in the head or in the neck, like stuff like that. Like, it's that unfortunate thing of his shield's only going to do so much for him in the long run against a weapon like that.
Yeah, it's also like a 10-foot long chain, so you need a big ass shield to block these fuckers.
Oh yeah, like he doesn't have a small one. I want to let you know that. He has a decently sized shield. If it got any bigger, it'd be considered a great shield.
Oh, okay. I'm like picturing like a kite shield.
Yeah,
So they look
yeah.
like a kite, like a big old shield. They're fucking cumbersome, but they're fucking there.
Oh yeah.
He would see as Loki, as Loki's with his bonus action, he keeps chuckling as he enacts like essentially like it's a version of his rage. It's more drunken, so it's more like a drunken rage. So he's like, I'm gonna do what Gildart does. So he's just fucking like chuckling like a drunkard. But it's that thing of like, you know, he's locked the fuck in trying to fucking knock this guy the fuck out.
Oh man, fair enough, fair enough. Alright.
Yeah. A
Alright.
little bit of a raving lunatic, but he's there.
Heck yeah. Isa, what do you want to do?
Bonus addiction be fucking him up.
Just, you know, I could be really strategic about this. Option A, be strategic. Option B, blast them. Decisions. Lex is going to look at. Ooh, I don't have vision on him. I was there.
Yeah, I mean, you could leave the alleyway if you want.
I'm fucking dying. Yeah.
Yeah. You slide your way past Olana, this time not slamming into her.
Am I able to see this guy right here?
Yeah, you can see Western Boy in between the shrub and the on fire tree.
I'm gonna pull him in with one of those like blasts.
To me.
All
The
right.
pull-in blast or whatever. Fuck it's called.
You're doing the
Whatever
pull-in
it's
blast.
called. Whatever.
All right. You're doing the hook like and think hook. Oh fuck.
You fucked that up, man.
Leave it low. Leave it low.
Everyone be struggling today.
Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be like. I'm gonna just like type it in now because of my little book. That because of my tome, it'll actually be a +12 to all my spell attacks.
All right.
Jesus. This is a 19 hit him.
19. That will hit him. Yes.
Holy shit. And that was a low roll too, but the +12.
Yeah.
Alright, now for the hurricane of bullets.
Okay, 8, and I push him 10 feet closer.
All right. Yeah. So you pull him. Like you used like a harpoon on this man, as you like shoot this like eldritch blast, and you see it like basically not just like it basically collides into him or like around his waist, and then wraps around him, and then you pull him forward. as you see his feet try to
Hell yeah.
grab the ground, and you see like basically just the rocky road that they stand on, basically just like kick up dirt and like rocks as his like feet gets dragged across it.
You're coming to me.
He's probably
Another-
going into the water first.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if he did. Oh my gosh. Will anything happen if that
can't
happens?
imagine- He definitely lets This is unwilling.
Another Eldritch Blast that pulls him in.
Okay.
Another one.
Yeah, no, you hit him
25
again.
hit.
Yeah, no, yeah. So you pull him off the. Actually, he can roll a strength save to try and grab onto the guardrail.
He could kind of get closer to Loki, but I don't know if he wants that because now he's in Loki's range.
Okay, so he made a strength save. That is you can roll me a contested athletics, so you can pull him directly off the bridge. Otherwise, he's just gonna drag across like the rails.
That's so crazy. I have an advantage in athletics.
Oh yeah.
It's not for. I feel like.
That's a nat 20.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. So y'all see as like Ublex like not letting go. We're not even going to see that you shot a second one. You're just holding this one on as like you send like a force energy into it as he takes another 6 force damage, and you just continue pulling him. And you do this one big yank. It's supposed to be 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of pulling him
Yeah.
10 feet, you pull him 20 feet closer to you. As you
20 feet.
yank him, as he went from being like 5 feet away from the guardrail to going up off the ground, being lifted off the air, as you see him come flying and land in the middle of the river of the water.
Well, by him.
So those are my
walked away,
bonus
bitch.
actions, actually. Those are my bonus actions because I didn't know if I was actually going to land those.
Oh my
So for my main action, I'm going to use Crown of Madness on him. He will have to make a wisdom saving throw.
He's in the water. Why put drown? Are you gonna have him drown himself?
That one!
Yes!
That
Yes!
one!
Wait, let me put... That one?
That one, yeah.
That one? Okay, so... He will have to make... He must use this action before moving on each turn. To
Okay.
make a melee... And he makes a melee attack against any creature near him.
Oh my god. Okay.
It can be someone that I choose, so if he gets close enough... This guy right here.
Okay, so you'd want him to shoot his own captain. Understood. So he's
Yeah.
in the water, kicking for his life, and then everybody sees the people that can see him, like Usagi from the roof, you can see this black floating crown begin to like form a floating above his head.
What the fuck?
As the crown of madness forms over his head.
Just normal reaction.
Oh my god. Yeah. God, okay. With that coming into play, next it comes into the NPC's turns. As you see Watanabe bring up his sword as he would begin slashing. As he slashing. He basically jumps over the Lupin's dead body, or knocked out body actually. As he would then begin swinging his katana from like the left side of the captain. That is a 27 to hit. And a 22 to hit. So one of his two swings would hit. As you'd see him like two-hand this like katana, as you can see this like almost like frost, like snowflakes basically trail from every swing. As
Hell yeah.
he would deal 9 slashing, an additional 4 cold damage, so that's a total of 13, to this captain. And if like you would see like one basically cut through the plate, and the second one would basically just get knocked out of the way by that same shield. Actually, yeah, no, shields, no, mace is in the left hand, so no, you just have to knock it away with the mace. Or the flail, sorry. I'm gonna see if Watanabe can do anything with his bonus action.
I do have a thing
Yeah?
that I remembered. I have been rolling Loki's concentration for the bell. The bell is still active, so it will get to toll again.
Okay, cool. Does that start
Which means-
on your turn or enemy's turn?
I don't think it's upon it being conjured, the bell begins to ring. So it probably rings on our turn.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so then you can, they'll roll another con save.
Yeah, they go deaf again or remain deaf.
Yep. Well, the captain, however, was not deafened. He will become deafened though, because he did fail the con save.
Okay.
Also, you would see that Watanabe would then breathe outwards as this, like, frosty air comes from his mouth, and then he action surges, as he also used healing wind, so he could also heal himself in the process, as he does another 2 swings with his katana. That will miss, and that will hit, as another one gets knocked away from the flail, and then you see him bring it, like, skywards upwards, doing an upward slash, dragging it across, like, the captain's, like left side of his leg, essentially, as he does another 10 slashing to the captain. The captain's definitely bloodied, by the way, at this point. Like, he's not looking good.
And then he hears the damn tolling and takes 12 fucking necrotic, or takes 14 thunder necrotic damage as he goes deaf.
Alright.
And the poor guy in the water, just still within the radius.
Yep. I'll roll his con save.
He just get bullied.
He also will take damage.
14 damage.
14. Okay. So that guy in the water is now crippled. There's a lot of blood forming in that water.
Oh my god.
Like, he has a pool of blood floating in the water around him. Yeah.
Yeah, the spell save is low-key 20. Good luck. So fucked up.
Cough drop. Okay. Next up is Nekomata. As she runs up, katana in hand, as she jumps over the loop in his body to take a swing with the rapier, as you see the captain basically look over, see her jumping up, and basically swing his shield as he would clock her, sending her basically slamming to the bridge's guardrail as she rolled in that one. As he will be doing his shield damage, which is actually stronger than his flail.
I'm not surprised.
And she will also need to roll a con save. He rolled a lot of nat 1s on that damage, but he still did 18. She will take a con save. Oh no, never mind.
I think he is.
He might be, probably. But she gets stunned and she can no longer use the rest of her turn.
Yeah, that's fair. She did just get knocked out of the air by a shield.
Yep. Because she failed the con save. She's prone and she's stunned. You would then see for Alana. Alana looks to him and goes, dance. Anyone within a 20-foot cube will need to roll me an int save. I'm sorry. It doesn't say creature, like hostile creatures only. It just says, can she position this to where she can avoid getting Loki? Let me see. Sorry, boss. Roll me an int save.
You like move it one?
No. No, I'll So.
What level is this spell?
Oh, it's like a fifth. It's a 5th level spell.
Okay, I can dispel magic, low-key, if it affects you. My captain.
Luckily,
My captain, Omi captain.
Luckily enough, there is a way she can cast it. I just wanted to get Loki because I thought it'd be funny. So you don't need to roll and say.
It's so real.
No.
Okay, so you see the guy in the water begin dancing.
He's gonna drown.
Yeah,
He's actually gonna drown.
He just starts drowning as he begins dancing to his death. And you see the captain kind of just twitch. You see him just twitch and just grumble, "Have you no honor?" Because you was the knight going, "Yeah, where the hell is the honor? What do you mean? Why are you casting that?"
Gulp.
Meanwhile,
It was a 4v1. What the hell do you mean, have you no honor? You have no honor.
I mean, it's low-key,
more like
dark and twisted.
I mean, if we're being real here, this is a raid. There's not going to be proper honor. He did have his people in the back, so he was probably telling them to do 1v1. It didn't escalate into a proper 1v4 until after. But yes.
You know? Well, I mean, there is such hey, thieves have more honor than these guys. Haha!
Counts which thieves you're talking to. But she will then. Is anybody hurt? Moki, you feel a hand
Awesome.
go down your back.
I
Oh.
swear.
As
Interesting.
an astral hand forms down, forms right behind him, goes down his back, caressing his spine as he gains 9 HP back, and he gets advantage on his next check or save. It's a healing
That
cantrip from
sounds
Vilva. She has two versions, encouraging and jail caress. They both heal and they both do different advantages. One gives you an advantage on an attack roll, the other one does advantage for those checks and saves.
Velva loves allowing people to make their allies feel uncomfortable.
That is a lot of her stuff, if we're being honest. Y'all brought on a Vilva cleric, so it's unique. I think that is all the player character, or all the NPCs. So next, actually, we enter the enemies. Man. Alright. Dancing guy, who
shit.
is thinking? Do you get your one shot on this guy? You got one shot on your own captain. As he shoots his captain in the head.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Um,
Oh dear.
Jeez.
Fucking crits? Did he roll in that 20?
no, it just
you
like it
fucking
grazes
serious?
his forehead, and it does 15 piercing damage.
No.
Oh
As
my
you
god,
see
are you
the-
serious?
You see the captain enter a crippled state.
Oh my
What?
god.
What the fuck? Okay, finally that happens to somebody else! That's good!
Oh god, and then he sinks and drowns because he's dancing and he's got Crown of Madness.
Oh
Oh,
my god!
bye!
Well, you should go and cover his body if you really want that fighter on your team or something. He's just gonna drown and die.
Alright, I know what I'm doing with strengths.
Oh my
What
god.
are you doing?
And then,
I kind of fucked him. That's so sad.
dude,
Dude.
I'm gonna be honest, he could easily remove an entire health pool of somebody if he was given the chance. He just didn't get the chance.
I was like, that guy.
Oh man. So you would
I
see.
saw what he did to Alana. I was like, I want somebody
Oh,
fucking
man.
do something, please.
You would
Well-
see that captain who
I
kind of did that
tried.
light grumble. You could see him at least kind of give a small smile and just go, "Well, I haven't been this rocked since Umagik." As he would bring his shield up and let out a loud yell. Just a battle cry, if you would. As he's about to burn through several specials in one go. You ready, buds?
No, not really.
Boy.
As you
No, not
see
really, I'm
him...
slightly terrified.
Great. Perfect. First up, you see him heal himself as he does a d10 plus 12 HP back.
Oh, fuck you.
That is his level. Hello.
So that is 8 plus 12, so that is going to be 20 HP back onto him as he leaves the crippled state. You see one of the wounds begin to close up. And then you would see him enter an action surge and a bonus action surge. As he's going to, Loki, do 9 attacks on you.
9?!
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I remember. I know this class. They get an extra action surge.
And he's
Yes.
swinging with his shield and his flail.
I'm about to get the done fucked up. It was
20
nice being alive.
28 to hit.
Ow.
That is
I'm
a
keep track.
20 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay.
I'm
So,
keeping track. Don't worry.
okay, thank you. So this is gonna be the third roll right here. That was another 28 to hit.
28, you said?
Yeah, another 28 to hit.
Okay.
And then there is a 23 to hit.
Okay.
This is the fifth roll here, if I remember correctly. That's a 21 to
yes.
hit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
A 19 to hit.
Okay.
Another 24 to hit. This is what,
Okay.
the 8th roll now.
Uh-huh.
That is
Yeah.
a 26 to hit. And the last one,
Okay.
nat
Uh-huh.
20.
Cool. fucking 7 of those hit.
Okay, so 4 of them would be the flail, and 3 of them would be the shield, and the last one was definitely a shield. As he rotates between this combo of swinging his flail either into your like ribs or onto your shoulder, and then shield bashing you every time he hit you. So like those first 2 swings he does with his flail, you knock out of the way. And then the rest of those swings, he just starts, like he gets that one flail hit on you, you basically get pushed downwards as it drives your shoulder down, and then shield bashes you upwards, knocking your head back up. And he repeats that maneuver. All 7 strikes.
Alright. You a bitch.
that is 10,
Wow.
6, 9, 7. And then that's additional 4d8, because you're an undead.
Uh-huh.
Another 26 additional bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then you would take, I'm rolling the damage, 11,
Okay.
20, and then there's a nat 20 right here. 12 additional 12, so 24 technically when you double it with the shield.
Yeah.
As, he just repeatedly strikes you. And,
Alright.
that is his turn. He seems to be enjoying the fight despite losing.
Alright.
Huh.
So you see Loki as everyone gets to watch as Loki gets fucking pummeled.
He gets wombo comboed.
Yeah, and then Loki just kind of fucking stands there after all of it.
How much HP
Just,
does he have? I'm
He
curious.
still has over 100.
Oh, yeah, because you have
He
like
has
around
100
200 HP.
Yeah, he has 112. Also, all that damage was halved because I'm raging.
Oh, yeah, so you enter a bloody state at the least. But, like,
Yeah, so I'm like, wait, am I even? Hold on, let me double check this because this would be the funniest. I'm barely not bloodied. Loki just has a ton of health.
So, yeah, no, so it's that thing of, like, you have a bunch of bruises where he's hit you repeatedly, and, like, there's this one area of your clothing where, like, you can see the spikes of the flail has, like, dragged itself through, so it's just torn on your left shoulder. Or, no, technically your right shoulder, because the way you're facing him. But it's just, like, it's just torn, but, like, there's definitely blood. There's definitely blood.
Yeah, he can definitely tell, like, he's fighting. Like, Loki's just sitting there, like, fun! Alright! Oh, it actually fucking hurts. Because he did 58 damage. That would have been over 100 damage to me if I wasn't raging.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, so that could have killed fucking anyone. Loki fucking knows that. He's sitting there like, I should not be alive. But I'm unreasonably tanky, because that's my literal purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love being tanky.
Oh, God.
Because it leads to absurd moments of getting absolutely obliterated, and then just standing there like, alright, I live.
Oh, God. That is the end of his turn. He cannot do anything else.
Okay, I have to roll 70-20s real quick.
Okay.
Because concentration is a bastard. Okay, the tower disappears. The tower disappears.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
The tower, like, you see after the second hit, Loki's like, no, it's gone.
Yeah,
The
y'all hear,
fucking
like,
tower
one
disappears.
last, like, like, bong from the bell, and, like, when that last one hits, it sounds like it almost glitches, like, with the audio. Oh, God. It's now y'all's
Alright.
turn.
Okay.
It won't take much to actually, like, beat this guy. Like, he doesn't have much HP. I know he healed himself, but, like, he was in a crippled state a second ago.
Okay, well, I'm going for non-lethal, so.
Alright.
As, Loki's gonna swing, and also he's gonna see 2, like, portals open up behind Loki, like, over his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
as Loki's gonna be also using his new bonus action, which is called Void Beam, which is essentially like Eldritch Blast, but modified to Shadowfell.
Okay.
So I've got 2 beams of that. And then I'm out of shit.
Okay.
So 25
That'll hit.
and 29.
That'll
beams.
hit. Roll your damage.
Oh yeah. 29 psychic damage.
29? Okay. Cool, cool. He goes back into crippled.
Some... God.
And you just strike him with the 2 Eldritch Blasts, like just kind of like in the knee and then like in the head.
It's just fucking...
Just bing bonk.
Hello.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay, as then I've got, that is a...
What the fuck is this news pamphlet?
Huh?
I'm sorry. You know, I don't know if y'all's computer does this, but mine like puts out random like news pamphlet things, like trying to get you to look into like news from random medias. Like it just has that built into it for some reason. I've never been able to get rid of it. It just has that. And on the bottom, all I see is the word Jiggly Caliente. Huh?
Whoa!
Oh, apparently it's a person. That was her nickname. I say it was.
What?
She's dead, apparently. Oh my god, that is... Oh no, that's actually sad music. Shit. Not music. That's actually sad news. Okay. That was just a name that gave me some repercussion. But that... Oh. That sucks. I don't know if they're a bad or good person. I have no idea. Okay, sorry. That really just caught me off guard with the name there. Okay, so, what else are you doing?
That's fair. Chains.
Okay, cool.
Bonk. I cast Bonk.
Okay, go bonk. Go bonk.
I've gotten a I got a 19,
Mm-hmm.
a 24,
Okay.
a natural 20,
Okay, I know that hits.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 22.
2 of the 4 hit.
Okay. So this is the 2 damages.
Yes.
We've got 21.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you knock him out.
Oh.
Alright, so... how do you want to knock him out? He had 12 health left.
Oh. I feel like Loki just brings his chains back and then up and over just goes, stop it. It's just fucking like the most just stop. Like drunken ass just stop.
Yeah, you see him bring up his shield, try to block one of the strikes, and the other chain just basically strikes him in the head, and he just falls directly onto his back, just like dazed. He's not. It's that weird thing of him being a captain. He went, out that negative, and it's that thing of he's the one guy where he didn't. When he went down, he is down. He can't fight. He didn't go unconscious. He's just overly dazed. Like, okay.
All right, as Lucky's then gonna make his way around, ring the drowning man. Just stop it. Stop drowning. Fucking get out of the water.
Heck yeah.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, you can pull the drowning man out. He's still dancing even when he's knocked out. Alana she just looks and goes, "Oh right, my bad," and just goes away.
Loki just looks at her like, "You can make corpses dance?"
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, so like, funny thing, if they fail to break out of it within like, well, I don't know what she meant by this. I was talking with Vilva because I don't really have much of a choice. She said that like on the 3rd turn, whatever that means, if they haven't beaten it, they just go unconscious from embarrassment.
It's Velva's irresistible dance. Thank God. That's a spell I made.
It's a goofy
Carol,
spell.
on the other hand, is using the water from the river
To put out the fire.
put out the tree.
Yeah, that's
on
fair.
fire.
I feel like the demon also is sitting there like, hello? Hi? What did I miss? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah, no, he really just showed up and he's just like, huh? What? Oh, like, do you need
So
me?
like Can I get down off the ledge now?
You can. You can hop down
Oh.
first.
I'm sorry. I love the literal interaction of the "I did need you." Hi, I guess.
Well,
Fucking
well.
have time walking around the world, I guess.
Well, this bow is very useful.
Stay.
Yeah.
He gets to experience the mortal plane for a little bit.
Right, okay, so clearly I am never pulling any strategy other than standing at a distance and shooting people in the head.
Dude,
It's
fair.
Man out of the water.
yeah, he's out of the one on movie's icon.
Every attempt I've ever made to do a different strategy has never worked, so I'm just going to not and play like an absolute piece of shit.
To be fair, it's just
You are
really just been an
rogue. You're not supposed to be close combat.
Yeah, I know.
Unless
Yeah, I
you're
know,
taking-
but it keeps happening. It keeps happening anyway.
To be honest,
boys.
there have. I mentioned this last session, but like
Yeah.
there are enemies where you could have easily gone melee with them; it would have been fine. You just always picked the worst people to go melee against, like every time.
That's fair.
Like there's a lot of times, like I'm gonna be honest, you actually could have gone melee in this one, and you probably would have been fine actually. But you
Yeah,
went
but
for
I didn't
Linnaeus,
feel like
and you
it.
went for the Vice Admiral, who rose from Grunt to Vice Admiral within a month.
Yeah.
Who was out to kill
Yeah.
you. He made sure everything he did to build himself stronger was to specifically spite you.
Oh yeah, but there was also Dyke, but that was a freak accident.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was just a freak accident. Yeah, stuff happens. There's just bad rolls at the end of the day. It happens, man, to the best of us.
Anyway,
But yeah.
so wait, isn't this guy still alive?
Yeah, everyone is alive except the Null. The Null had his life sucked out of him.
Dude,
Okay.
that's unfortunate. He would have been useful.
So the real question is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand over.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea.
You're standing over the Lupin? What are you doing?
Okay, no. I have an idea that
Oh.
might.
Okay. You want to say it?
I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm. You're thinking.
All right,
That's
I'm
a
telling you
dangerous
this.
thing to
All right,
do.
I'm thinking of a plan. I'm not saying this in character. I'm trying to gauge what the rest of the group would think.
Yeah.
Knowing that a Dorobo is alive would certainly cause some level of nonsense. But I'm thinking, if I tell them that I'm going to be somewhere else, and let one of them go, you see what I'm getting at here? Get them to put all their forces somewhere else. Eh?
Now, here's the question: is where do you want? I mean, like, I'm not gonna tell you yes or no because I'm just a DM. That's up for the player.
I'm asking what the other what the other party members think of this.
I will say this though is if you want to do that, where would you want to try and get them to relocate to? Because right now the only towns that you know of that are here is Cohen. There's Cohen. There's the capital. And there's the one other town, and all those right now are being dealt with by the Navy. So every town you go to, there's going to be Navy. It's just whether or not... Are you trying to get them to move to a specific area? Are you trying to get them to move out of the town? Like, what are you trying to aim for?
I'm just trying to get them to prepare for my arrival in a place that I'm not going to be, and thus waste their time.
I see what you're saying.
Guys, what do you think?
It might work, but also it determines on whether or not they care.
Yeah.
Because they also probably could already guess where it'd be coming.
They also think Usagi's dead?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So why would they fret over a dead man? That is a question
Like,
to
turn
ask.
into Bubagi.
Yeah.
Please.
They do think you're dead, so they wouldn't really worry about it.
As far as they know,
Yeah.
they know that you died in a castle, and it hasn't been confirmed that you're alive. So I guess the question would come into play is, would they be concerned about someone that they, as far as they know, are dead? Or would that just be some rumor that someone threw around? Because like there's that weird thing. We know he's dead. We found his corpse site, or like not found his corpse, but more of we had somebody tracking the guy, and then he up and disappeared. So is he alive? Type of thing. Because the last admiral, yes, he knew after you died, but it doesn't mean that he told the information after you were dead when he made the other deal to continue tracking you.
Exactly.
Because do keep in mind that if he had told the Navy that after he started retracking you after finding out that you were still alive, if he had told you, you would have a new wanted poster with your new design, which you don't have.
Yeah, so they don't know you're alive. And they probably won't believe them if they say you're alive.
I like your idea. It's just the fact that they need to actually know that you're alive, and you've been wanting to keep your disguise underneath that guise. So.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I don't know what to do with these people then. Never mind.
Their new ship.
Why would they work for us after we beat the absolute piss out of them?
Because I'm gonna gaslight them into following me.
I mean, that's what y'all did with the second fleet. That's how you got your second fleet. You beat up the Navy people and you gaslit them into joining.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. I guess recruiting a furry and twink squad is always a net plus, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The fact that you had such equal proportions, it will never not be funny.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, like, you can try and talk with the one guy who's technically not he's technically out of it, but he's not unconscious. You can just get him back to, to, like, some form of stability to try and talk with the captain.
Somebody else can handle that.
You got your specialist.
I'm not a diplomat.
I'm a specialist in talking.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm getting a snack.
I may be a diplomat, but I don't see the reason behind convincing them to join us.
Give me a sec, I'll be right back.
Fair enough.
Useful to have more people.
I can talk to them too. I'm pretty convincing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
y'all
but
could
if you give them a boat, they could easily be turned back against us.
I'll give them a reason to stay. Convert them to a religion.
You're gonna make a cult?
I mean, also,
Gonna make a cult.
Also, like, there is the general thing, I'll be completely real. If they don't agree, they're getting sacrificed. Like,
You can do that.
It's the most, like, it's either they're useful or they're dead. That's where Loki's whole mindset is.
Well, if you tell them that, then they can easily just agree for the sake of staying alive and then come back and kill us later.
Oh, they won't know that. Like,
I'm gonna put collars or something on them. Like those things that are like.
I mean, he's very much the person to tell them, like, yeah, no, work me or I'll just let you go, and then just not specify for how long. Like, he's chaotic neutral. He's not good.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Just a little side thing here, because I'm just listening. If you wanted, both you and Ublex, Loki and Ublex can both work together to try and, like, do the talking, because both of y'all seem like you kind of wanted to give it a go. So, I mean, that would give you guys advantage on the persuasion for whoever actually rolls it.
I'm +9 in persuasion. What's your plus in persuasion?
13.
Damn!
Yeah, +10 at advantage.
Loki has a +13
Damn!
at an advantage because fucking Ganessa, and one of his whole gimmicks is talking.
That's quite a lot. It's fuck ton.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of, like, I personally liked the idea of it's a fighter barbarian whose whole gimmick is charisma and intelligence when he joined the crew.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are a conundrum wrapped in an enigma.
I want everyone to also know this. When he joined the crew, his highest stat was his con, and then it was quickly followed by his int and his charisma.
Yep.
His lower stats was his strength and dex.
He rolled really well for his stats.
Holy moly.
But yeah, go on and, like, say what you want to say. Make sure you guys work with each other, because if only one person actually does talking, then I won't give you that advantage. So, welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you saying?
What's Ublex wanted to say to him?
To like join us.
Well, tell me how.
Well, no. I'll think no, for sure.
How do
I
you
gotta think of a really
convince-
convincing way.
Okay.
I do know that Loki, the way he like, it's the most like he'd be standing, just like looking down at the guy, because he's. It's also like he's not looking down very far, because it's the dude's like the dude looks like a big person, so Loki's like barely having to tilt his like 4'6" head to look at the guy as he's on the ground.
Yeah, like when y'all let him like finally stabilize himself, he would kind of just sit up. He doesn't get to his feet, but he just sits up. Props himself like up against like the guardrail. But he's like around probably 5'8", 5'9", around there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
So he's like sitting up. He's probably at about like 3-ish feet. So
Yeah.
really, I'm not that much bigger than him. I'm really not that intimidating.
No.
Oh, he's gonna. If he looks up at Ublex, he will see tits.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like, unless you like space yourself a bit, you're kind of just looking down and you're only seeing half of his face. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like that. Yeah.
Move back.
All right, yeah. Cause you put yourself 5 feet near him, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be real.
I can only see half of him. He's so.
Such a stupid thing, but it makes sense, much as I hate to say it.
I hate it.
Yeah, no, you and me both. You should be so happy you don't have bones. Oh my god.
I'm so glad I don't have bones.
Oh. Okay, so.
Alright.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had an insane idea of putting alcohol in the ice bolter. Aside from that,
Okay.
that's the ice crossbow, and I was like, but alcohol. Maybe I can poison them.
Nah, it has to be fresh water. I get you. I like your
Aw.
idea, but it says it has to be fresh water, so.
That's stupid. Moving on.
Brother.
No, I get it.
Alright, we're gonna try to convince this man to join us. I hope it works.
Loki would sit there and look at the guy. He just, like, I want to mention, he's already pulled out a bottle of alcohol because he failed his wisdom save.
Yeah.
So he's lost 3 alcohol bottles today. He usually only drinks 1 a day.
Yeah.
He also does carry a fair bit of alcohol, like, on his person.
Oh, of course.
And he just hold out another bottle to the guy, like, that was a good fight.
Yep. He would just kind of like give you a nod and just say, thanks. Well, I haven't been rocked around like that in a while.
Well, you're Navy, right? If I had to guess.
Kind of. Sworn myself to it, but I'm not really loyal to them.
He sees the most devious fucking smile.
I joined the Navy
Aw.
because the man who trained me, I owed him, so the only reason why I even came into this. I've technically done my part, so.
Well, then maybe you'd like this offer. How about you stop working for the Navy and work for me instead?
I don't mind that. As long as you don't kill
Think
Dusty.
Who is Dusty? I don't actually
Which
know
one is
Dusty.
that?
He kind of like limply moves his left arm. Like you can, it's not even like oh, it got hit too much or anything. It's more just, oh my god, that flail got heavy. Oh, I'm fucking tired.
Oh god.
Because if that wasn't a light flail, like you can try and lift it and you would understand, but like it is like a pure iron flail. Like that thing's got weight to it.
You fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's the Western guy sitting beside him that you pulled out of the water.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
Ublex
thank God I
is.
saved him.
God. Wait, is this guy like knocked out?
Yeah,
Or making death
he's
saves
like,
right now?
He's like knocked out. What Watanabe, luckily enough, did sit down and push the water out of his body.
my god.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
he had to do like the chest compressions, breathe in, mouth to mouth, the whole, scenes and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he's like still on the verge of death, I can give him spare the dying.
Okay. Yeah. You can do spare the dying because he doesn't. Watanabe doesn't know medicine, so he was like, okay, let's get the water out of you. All right, good luck on death saves, but.
Ublex gets on their knees and picks his head up, and just like this guy right here.
Yeah, that's the man.
All right, I will gently place my hand over his head, and I cast Spare the Dying, and I look back at him. I'm like, he will not die.
Appreciate it. He didn't. If I'm gonna be honest, he didn't deserve to be in the Navy to begin with. So I don't see him.
Oh
He.
my! I feel so bad.
I couldn't care less about the others, to be honest. But that man, he only joined so he could pay for his sister's medical bills. That's really it.
Okay, so the man on the ground who was drowned gains 49 health.
Okay, cool. Like, he won't gain consciousness, but he is healed at least. So he was stabilized by Ublex and then healed by Loki.
It's
Oh
almost
my
like Loki
God.
just like flicks his chain around, like it's like yeah, like
Yeah.
It's, you can kind of tell like this guy's had several drinks today.
I hope this guy does not open his eyes.
Yeah,
God.
and there's just like string goes down the chain, wraps around the guy, and goes heal, bitch. And then fucking
Oh my
goes
God.
past.
Make sure that all of the water is out of his lungs, type of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can double check,
I
just
don't
go
know
back behind
CPR.
Watanabe, do that. Yeah.
I also love the idea of Kirla at a distance going fucking da da da. Hey, he's fine.
Heal. Just in the background, just Olana going heal on the looping. Rena. Hey bud, you want pets? Just tell me, pat me, buddy. Do something. You don't gotta jump up on me like that. Freaking out for no reason. Come on, hop on. There you go. But yeah,
Oh,
no.
Loki would just sit there and go, oh well,
Mm.
that's so you're not too loyal to the Navy, and I'm guessing, well, you can get money pirating. They'll also get a lot of money here, hopefully, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The only one you'll probably need to actually try and convince is that Lupin. He's hard-headed.
Oh, yeah, I get that. That's fair. Well, he needs to wake up.
Oh, easy. He probably, you see him reach into his into like underneath the plate, and like probably like into a pocket, and you just go, I've had to use this on him a few times, and he just pulls out a jar of a small, tiny, actually more of a vial than a jar, but like a little vial of just smelling salts.
Ah,
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I've used it for when he didn't wake up when we were being attacked a few times.
heavy sleeper.
Yeah. Happy sleeper.
Real.
I mean, he's a good person, I think. Just a little stubborn and heavy sleeper.
So he has a flaw.
He does have a flaw. Everyone does, to some degree. You're an alcoholic.
And I smoke. Fucking.
He's currently addicted to something else that we have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
You really
Yep.
should not be saying that with such happiness.
I'm absolutely blasted drunk. I am like.
You never want this man
understand
sober.
That's his third bottle.
What do you mean you never want him sober? What do you mean that's his third bottle?
Oh no!
He's better
If
when he's drunk.
sober,
Uh-huh.
he can't see straight.
You see him just sit there.
He'd see Loki stare
Yeah.
perfectly forward. He'd be like, I can see totally fine. I'm totally good as long as I've had my morning drink. Otherwise, there's gonna be 4 of you.
What do you mean the captain is sober when he's not, and he's not sober when he is?
Confusing at first.
Because it's Loki. He's a Loki issue.
Hey, okay, whatever. Moving on.
Oh man. Yeah, no,
he
you
used
guys.
to work for me. I can say that.
Yeah,
Well-
you can put the smelling salts to the Lupin's nose and wake him up.
Yeah, so Loki's just like, wake up.
What? What? I? Yeah. Oh.
Alright.
Hi. Oh, you didn't kill me.
No.
No. So I'm not going to Valhalla?
No.
Shit.
By the way, as a side note, I'm gonna just, for politeness sake, I'm gonna, like, very carefully remove the fucking arrow out of his rib cage.
Oh yeah, no, you see Elijah, you see like him wince, and you see Elijah go, heal. Cure wound.
So cute.
Loki just looks at the arrow, and then just like a string comes off of his hand with the arrow and just moves it towards Usagi, like, take. He's supposed to, like, take your arrow.
Sure, okay, I'll take it.
Heck yeah. Just want to watch it properly.
What the fuck am I gonna do with this? Okay.
You reuse
I mean,
your
it's your
bow.
arrow.
It's your arrow, yeah.
It's your
Yeah,
arrow
okay.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or Loki
Yeah.
can chuck it in the water. I mean, either way.
No,
Like,
don't do that. No, please don't do that.
I love the mechanic of Loki is absolutely horribly drunk when he's sober, but is absolutely fine when he's got alcohol in his system.
Oh, God. But yeah. Lupin's just looking around. He doesn't know what's going on.
Loki go, well, okay, so I guess I gotta give you the same offer I gave the other guys.
Yeah.
Ublex waves.
Aye.
Hello.
Although, hi.
Aye.
So, here's the thing. You guys work for the Navy. That's bad. So I want you to stop doing that.
Aye.
Instead, work for me.
I'm a great cook. make food.
Persuasion with advantage. Cause there's a Lupin and they're motivated by food.
I want to mention, Ublex, Loki's definitely gonna look at us and go, make sure whatever cook is on
Okay,
that damn
26. That's a
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carla would just can confirm. Best damn cook I've ever met.
You see him like kind of lick his lips a little. Just go. I'm in.
That says something, cause mine are noble.
I've been living
Call
under
him one.
grunt workers giving me mashed potatoes and whatever other mash they make. I'll happily.
Ublex will give this guy like shark jerky reaction. Shark
Heck.
jerky.
Heck yeah. He grabs that and he just takes it in one bite.
Oh god!
There's a Lupin. They're big. They're big. You've seen the snout on this man.
That was a big great white shark.
Yeah. He's chewing into it. You can see those eyes sparkling. He loves it.
Carla and that's just the dried up meats. That's not the fresh stuff.
Okay, so we gotta we gotta make sure their fucking boat has a damn good cook. So some random fucking cook is getting dragged into this shit. I don't care.
I
can teach someone how to cook, I think, at this point.
Okay.
I'm realizing that Anya and Acrid, you guys are a little quiet on those last few things you said. So I don't know if you're just being a little bit more quiet than normal, or if the mic got quieter. I might have to mess with some audio stuff. Yeah.
I have no idea.
So just a heads
I
up.
don't know.
Yeah,
I did notice on the last video we were a bit quieter.
Yeah, you guys have started getting quiet on like things. I haven't messed with any audio stuff. Y'all have been like, I don't know what's happened or why y'all have gotten quieter out of nowhere. I don't know if something on because I know you can adjust volume on your mics. I don't know if maybe that got nudged or something, but something's
As
happening.
far as I know, no. But
I'm gonna have to refigure out the entire rebalancing of all audio things that I do. I'll figure it out. All right.
That's something for another day.
That's another day. That's another. Just for now, I guess. Just try to speak a little bit louder than normal, I guess, so people can hear you, just in case.
Okay.
Apologies. I hate to do that to you, but just to make sure people can actually hear you. That is, however, we will all actually. You really have to worry about it because it's actually where we're gonna have to end off for the day because it's around the time. This is a good session, though. This is a good session. Y'all actually got through a pretty quick and clean
is
combat.
quite
You
fun.
got some new people on your team.
Yep.
They
And,
get their
yeah.
own boat and their own problems.
Yeah,
I
their
feel
own boat, their
bad
own
now
You
for
and that-
Johnny, the only good guy.
Yeah, no, straight up. Like, he's the one guy that joined because he just needed to be able to pay his sister some medical bills. Like, he's just
Dragging
trying.
his ass into the abyss.
Yeah.
Help!
Oh my god. Alright, well, thank you all for watching this episode. You can find the Rum and Harbor up on Lost Harbor Tavern, up on YouTube and on Spotify. You can find other campaigns from those areas up on there as well, like Brothel campaign, you know, Hidden Garden campaign. There's some other ones out there, as well as YouTube Shorts and some other stuff like that. One-shots even. But we also have a second channel, Lost Shipyard. We're starting to slowly get those campaigns up onto Spotify as well. But we have Sandy's campaign up on there, and we have the Monster campaign, Duped campaign, you name it, it's up there. But thank you guys for watching this episode. We will see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.